Hey y'all, happy Wednesday. I almost said Thursday, but then I was like, oh, I'm a day ahead again. I hope you're all having a great day so far. We are going to discuss some stuff and talk about some stuff, play a few clips of a few things that I want to address, and then we're going to move it along. So let's get going.
You're beautiful but unsatisfied since day one. You were getting teased and it scarred you when you were young. Now you're getting older and you've been on the grind. Your paper off the scale so you feel like it's time. So you got a nose job, that's the primary thing. People tease you as a kid and for some reason you hit. Always into high fashion, girl, you heavy like lead. Liposuction out your shell like a chicken and egg. Feeling confident but now you're becoming obsessed. First your nose, then your weight, now your butt and your breast. It's a vanity fair, cosmetic overdose. Feeling for a next operation like it was dope. Now you feel the need to skin pill, your skin's no good. But if those around you were real, they'll tell you the truth. Just because you spending thousands, that don't make it alright. Had one problem, now it's many going under the knife. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Come on. Vanity Fair, yeah. Changing one or two things, cool girl, do you? Do you wanna be beautiful and look like you? Or do you wanna look like someone you saw in a magazine or video, but not in the raw? I like nice shaped bodies, bikinis Brazilian, but too much of anything just isn't appealing. Some people spend a lifetime, even a million. No grace like those unhappy when chilling. A girl with a big butt, big lips, small hips is what we all love to see, and men dream about this. There is nothing wrong with getting something broken fixed. Some women get a breast job cause cancer assists. Some women want to please their man and insist. And a woman really loves you if she wants to do this. But abuse ain't the same as intention was cared. So be careful of the drug called the Vanity Fair. Vanity Fair. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, faceline, look at your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Come on.
Yeah. Everybody wanna be a superstar. Yeah. Everybody wants something. Yeah, y'all. Everybody wanna be famous.
That's right.
Do you really want to be famous? I mean, you tell me. Hey, y'all. Hold on. Let me go back up here. Oh, my goodness. Memberships. Thank you so much. Bite my tongue. Welcome to the cabana. Holy shit. I'm way back up here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up. Okay, let's go. Ashley, Anna, self-proclaimed detective, Texas Tiffany, trauma, punks. Why am I not scrolling? Crispy treat, Grandma Sherry, Texas Tiffany, Grandma Sherry, Good Nunya. Was that Justice, Miss Lee, Zero Jules, Bama, Cool Gamer, Laura A, Miss Lee, Keith, Hope P, Carrie, Peg, Laura A. Did you get your car fixed? Did you get a torque wrench? AJ, Nada, Brandy, Patty, Hazel Eyes, Clemson Girl, Spider Woman, Tracy, Go Find Me, More Than Enough, Yoper Gal, Starry Night, Ann P, Anna again, Zoya, Denise, Marcy, not Rebecca, Karen, Keith, Looney Tunes, Revival, T. Kelly, Stella Bella, Molly's Moose Knuckle, Barbie, Rebecca Turner, Katie. You made it 2 days in a row. Welcome. Number 1 fan, Heartland Honey, Hump Day, Melody, Brittany, K-Mash, whatever, make a mobster. Gross. Zero Jewels again. Did I get everybody so far? I think so. Dear Krabby. Ben, aka Becky, Bite My Tongue. Again, thank you for becoming a member. Barbie. I wonder who it is. Cheryl. Rebel Flintstone. Always Happy. Orion. First Snob Sea Star. Slow down, Catherine. I'm like, ooh. Hey, Lindsay. Hey, Sharon. Cheesy Weezy. Twinkles. So done. I'm getting closer. I'm almost done. Sweet Sativa. Shelby Lynn. Above the Trees. New names in here. CK Warhola. Free Side. I almost did it again. Language of Horses. Obsessed True Crime. Kathy P. Funny Girl. I got everybody. Oh, Kindness and Grace. Hey, everybody. Okay. We're going to hop right into it today. But I'm going to put this at the very beginning. I'm going to play a clip right quick just to remind you, because there's a lot of chaos going on. There's a lot of shit popping off, as you all know. So first and foremost, for those of you guys that do not know, Molly Golightly's channels have been terminated by YouTube. She, from my understanding, broke a terms of service violation, and they finally caught up with her. They are claiming that it's a bunch of other stuff, but we're going to get into it. And the first and foremost thing I'm going to remind Laura is to shut the fuck up. You sound like a blubbering idiot. But I'm going to tell you why.
But Laura had her hair done and her makeup done, and I guess she felt good about herself. And why not take that opportunity, thank you, to do a video with my name in it in capital letters. Also, one thing that was really ironic was that Goose said she couldn't get through 3 minutes of that video. And I said, you know, what's funny is I couldn't get through 2.
I didn't watch it. I just heard about it.
No, she was just trying to show off as usual. You want to know something? What bothers me about Laura is she does lie to her subs. She lies to her subs. She'll do anything to make a buck. That's it. That's the way it's always been. And I'm not trying to, like, anyone that follows her. She's nice. She can't do it. She's just.
So tell me what you're not seeing here, because if you haven't been paying attention, you might not have seen, but Laura has been positioning herself because they knew sooner or later terms of service was going to catch up with Molly. They knew that they absolutely were going to suffer some consequences. You cannot do the things that were done time and time again, over and over again, without terms of service violations catching up. It's going to happen. Unfortunately, no matter which way you twist it, it's going to happen. But Laura positioned herself in Molly's good graces because Laura's hoping for the fallout of the subs to need a home and buddy up to her. That's my opinion. I've said it for weeks now. I've said, watch how everybody's moving around. She is blindly singing her praises because she wants the sub fallout. There's a bunch of subs who blindly support complete misinformation, and she's positioning herself for that. But even Molly tells you what Laura is.
It's not cut out for YouTube. I mean, it's like she stretches. And she always says, anyone that knows her will know, like, she'll say it out loud. I'm going to milk this thing for as much as I can. Cashing in on my clout. I don't think I even have any clout right now. I'm just trying to survive over here right now.
Okay. So just so we're clear, we all see it for what it is. They were talking about this back in October, the candle thing, like all of it. Nothing is shocking here. But Laura, you sound like a buffoon, a complete fool, because you were spewing so much misinformation. And instead of doing any research, you hit that live button and just went spewing it because you were looking to cycle in all those subs. You titled your video, Molly Golightly. I mean, come on, people. Like, it is what it is. She's not the only one doing it. They're all trying to sub grab because Molly's got a lot of big money supporters. We all know it. Again, they're hoping for that fallout. It's not because they don't see what's going on. They intentionally don't want to see it because they want the benefits from this. She claims that she's totally different than all of us over here. You know, she doesn't watch any of the hate channels, none of that stuff, but we all know that's not the truth. Okay, now moving forward from that was a complete and utter disaster. I don't even, whatever. It is whatever it is. Molly has been posting in her Patreon. I'm not posting her Patreon posts anymore. I told you guys that last week. I won't be posting them. And the reason for it is because I'm not Molly's messenger. I'm not Molly's messenger service to the rest of YouTube, which she kind of got in the habit of like knowing that I was going to post her stuff and just kind of intentionally, like she was sending me messages in there. Hey, nonsense, you weirdo. I'm not in your Patreon. There's other people in there. Anyways, so I'm going to read them to you, what has been going on, and I'm going to show them to you, but I'm not going to post them because it is what it is. But the reason why I'm reading this is because I understand people are celebrating. People are excited. For a lot of people that have been here for years and years and years, this feels like a big move. And it is. Terms of service violations finally caught up. It's great. However, I have, again, y'all know I've always got to be the odd one out of the bunch. I have a disappointed feeling in it because why did we ever get to the place that she was allowed to do this in the first place to the victims in these situations? Before I read her Patreon post, I'm going to go over to Bad Apples right quick. Hold on just a second. Because I want to remind everybody why we're actually here. Give me 1 second. For me. Oh, goodness. Where did it go? Hold on. I have it on my phone. Might be just easier to pull it this way. Bear with me today. We're going to just talk a little bit about stuff and what this means for nonsense. And because people are expecting like all sorts of stuff. Mobs. Yes, I will. Hold on just a second. Shit. Why did that go away again? Her page is the one page I always have a hard time finding. Does anybody else have a hard time finding it? Y'all, will you share Bad Apple's link in the comment section? I know some of you got him on standby. Why does it do this? She made a list today. Hold on. I was literally just looking at it. Bad Apple. Did her page go down? Oh, blank screen. By the way, I'm getting you. That was the other thing I wanted to do. There you go. No, it's the list of the victims. Thank you, Elle. Why do I not? This is Bad Apple, just so you guys know. This is Bad Apple's page. Elle just shared it. Thank you, Elle. So Bad Apple made a post this morning. And I'm going to add to a little bit of her post, but I'll share this in my community post section right now too. So you guys can read it yourself. There you go. Okay. So she wrote, it's about time YouTube took notice. Just a reminder of the individuals and families MGL has exploited. This list is not exhaustive, nor does it include all of the doxing harassment over the past 5 years. I've also left out some names on here for privacy's sake, but we'll add if you comment with permission. So her list starts: Airbnb guests, doxing and information given to a felon, Ashley Furniture store manager, Barbie, parents of Brian Laundrie, Cash Gernon family, Dobb family and friends, Diamond Cutter, formerly Barnyard, Idaho 4, Jose Roman, Kim Lowry, Makeup Mobster. The trans community as a whole should be offended and feel violated by what happened. On top of Mallory was singled out and attacked. Marvon and Dre McCrae family, Melissa Schumann. Molly built her channel off of a survivor of sexual assault. Michael Vaughn family, Michelle, Potty Mouth Mama, Princess, Quentin Simon family. Don't forget the neighbors. An elderly lady was sent to hospice and a little boy with autism. Robin, Rusick family, Serendipity, Summer Wells family. Dawn Wells was the first person MGL helped to get fired. T-Sip and Mama, Tiffany, Xavier Harrelson. That list is tiny. Tiny. That's why we're here. Why I started my channel was because of the misinformation being spread in Marvon's story. Now, let me be very, very, very clear on what I'm going to say upcoming, because people are going to take this the wrong way. So first and foremost, I don't blame the people for being excited about her channels being gone. For me, it's different. And the reason it's different is because I have not been a part of the drama community. I have not been involved in that cycle for very long. So I have a different perspective, as you guys know. I came into this talking about the misinformation that was done and spread all over about Marvon's story. Molly wasn't the only one involved in that. Molly's still not the only one involved in that. There is still no resolve in that story whatsoever. They've never taken down and corrected the misinformation that they spread. Thankfully, now a lot of it's gone. But we've got Spanky, we've got LB, we've got all of the breakoffs that have done the same stuff. Karen, thank you. There's so many more. You guys can add them in the, you can add all of them in the comment section. But yeah, there's so much more damage out here that is happening. It is absolutely problematic. She is not the only one that did things in the Marvon story. So for me, I look at it differently because, well, terms of service finally caught up. There's been no consistency in this whatsoever. She should have never, ever been allowed to the point of what she did to the last. Hello, Starlight. Yep. You guys go over there and comment. So she's trying to get a consistent list, but she doesn't want to add people if it brings up or puts a target on their back too. So please go put your names in her comment section. Again, it's on Bad Apple because we are trying to actually build a list. I'm freezing. Paul, am I still freezing for you? You believe doxing is now in their terms of service? Unfortunately, it should have never been allowed to get to this point. But it's frustrating to me to look at it because there's no consistency in it. There's absolutely no consistency in the terms of service violations. There's so much that has been done. Spanky doxed an SA victim and sits in Laura's comment section last night and says, I've never doxed anybody, you lying sack of shit. He also took down his apology after doxing the woman. Why? Spanky has left all of his videos up talking shit on Dre. L, same thing. There is nothing that has changed in this for me, unfortunately, besides one of the bad actors is finally suffering consequences of her actions. actions. Again, she is responsible for everything that is currently happening. That's on her. Nobody else did this to Molly besides Molly. I see a lot of people like, oh, you know, passing the buck or cheering each other on, or you did this and you did that. Great. You guys celebrate. Do whatever you need to do. That's the difference of Molly having personal attacks on people and using them time and time again. They have every right to feel frustrated and feel like something changed here. Because it did. In there, like, that was a huge problem for a lot of people on YouTube. But unfortunately, on the victim side of things, it has not stopped any of the misinformation. It has not corrected any of the misinformation. There's no consistency with it. No laws have changed. The only thing that happened for me in this situation is Molly has now lost the opportunity of spreading misinformation to almost 90,000 people. That is a win. We will take it for what it is. We will be excited. I'm not trying to piss on anybody's parade. Please understand that. She broke terms of service. She's not stupid. Let's talk about that. Well, she is stupid as in far as intellect, but she's calculated as fuck. Molly is so calculated and manipulative. She can appeal to get her channel back. But if you have been paying attention for the last couple of weeks, you've probably been hearing a lot of the same things that we've been hearing. Molly knew she was going down. She absolutely knew. She has been talking about it for weeks. She has been lining everything up and saying, oh, you know, if my channel goes down, it's because Walter said so. We knew that wasn't going to be the case. But then she kept doing more egregious behavior. She absolutely knew that sooner or later shit was going to happen. Thank God it did. Thank God Facebook, YouTube finally caught up. But she burnt this shit to the ground on purpose. And you're not going to convince me any other thing otherwise, because I've watched this bitch move. And she is lining something up here. I don't know what it is. I'm sitting back and waiting, but something's going on. Something else is going on. So we can sit back and watch, and we can be glad because she doesn't have 90,000 people to spread misinformation to, but she's got a million other platforms. It's going to go ham. She's got Spanky to spread misinformation, which has been a go-to for 9 months. She has all these people. Why would she? She's been talking about her income. She's been saying all sorts of stuff out loud. Adrienne was on the phone with an attorney on the way to her mom's funeral. And if you listen to that, you also heard that for economical purposes, they're agreeing to go after one person and research one person before investigating all 6 of them. There's a lot more going on back here. How perfect for her to get her channel taken down and burn it to the ground the day after her mom's services. Oh, poor victim Molly. Look what all these bullies on YouTube did. Oh my God. How dare they? Cash app, cash app, cash app, cash app, cash app, cash app. She's been talking about the Carter case. She won't talk about the Carter case, but she's having Spanky talk about the Carter case. Something is going on. Again, I don't have a crystal ball. I have no idea. And people are pissed. People are pissed about what's going on with Molly, especially the extreme antis, because they've been trying to get Katie canceled off of the platforms for years. And they are just so pissed right now. Like for them, it's you stand for Molly and you hate Katie, even though for most of us, it's a lot of similar behaviors. But anyways, they can't see it that way. They are very pissed, and that is coming at me. They really don't like me because they had it pegged that I was Katie for a long time. So just so you know, hi caters, extreme caters. Yeah, I see y'all bitches. You're dumb. Penelope, go the fuck away. Just go away. Like, it ain't gonna go well. I'm so sick of the harassment and the fucking shit threats and the bullshit after all I've been through with these people. Fuck you. Go away. I'm done with your bullshit. Molly's not done. I don't know what's up her sleeve. I don't know where we're headed. We can be excited that terms of service got her this time. Like, she did this to herself. So everybody celebrating that, wonderful. I completely get it. She did it to herself, but something's going on here. Molly is manipulative and calculated, and she burnt that shit to the ground. Kyle thought she was silently protesting Trump being indicted, and this was her silent protest. But I don't think it's that. I was dying laughing when he said that. He was like, is she silent? He genuinely thought she was silently protesting. When I told him, Mobs, I'm going to agree to disagree with you on that. Because they had Molly's information. They were calling for Molly. He even said that when he repeated back Molly's information because they had contact for Molly. He's back trying to get back into investigating and stuff like that. Yeah, there's more going on. Yeah, I disagree with a lot of you. Again, it's opinion-based, but let's talk about... I was laughing so hard, though. I was just like, Kyle always got to come in with something like that. Just because of how her posts had been. Anyways, so, yeah. I don't know what's going on, but something's up. Something's up. And she goes to another platform. Yes, New York to LA. She absolutely did that yesterday. She could have gotten copyrighted for using CNN News Live. JB, don't a lot of people use that though? Don't a lot of people use those sites? I don't know how that would have happened. Absolutely Wild Juniper Art. She absolutely did this herself. She 100%. I mean, come on. She's been on this platform for 5 years. I've been here 9 months. We all know that you can't show an ID of somebody's and do it like that. You can't do that kind of stuff. And then she left the video up. She put it on private. That, or members only or whatever. GMAT AF. Could be. I might be. I've just watched her move. She has hurt so many, Kim. Absolutely. She absolutely has. And this is finally. But what about all the other people that have hurt the same amount of people as Molly? The same ones that have done and been by her side all throughout this. ICU, Goose, Spanky, all of the other ones who have helped her maneuver all of these places to get where she is and to be able to exploit the families and tragedies. She's not the only one. She is not the only problem. Yeah, Remy, true. Yes, banana bicycle seat. That right there. She inflicted a lot of pain and grief on people, but she's not done yet. And let me tell you why I know this for a fact. So this morning in her Patreon, she starts posting and she says, yes, I'm okay with some of you not wanting to go back to YouTube. I can't promise I'll be back. I'm not exactly in any hurry to appeal. 5 minutes, which was this morning too, 6:03. I took my Facebook page down. It's nothing but annoying. Another one. Here's the 3-page one. Hi, everyone. Don't believe anything unless it comes directly from me. Yes, it is true. Both channels came down. It was from mass reporting. No, it was not. No, it was not. But we'll talk about that in a minute. It was many channels involved. Show the proof. Show the proof of that. Ask my opinion. Many channels will follow as predicted. Many will come down. It's one of those cut your nose to spite your face. I'm in absolutely no rush, nor am I in a position to fight for them back. I really need to rest. My only comment to them is be careful what you wish for. You got it. Now that you got it, see how they handle it. I knew last week's timeout wasn't good enough. One said, I don't need this money. I can make a new channel. Well, what about everyone else? I guess you will see. Thank you, all my new Patreons. I doubt she got really any new Patreons. She upped her $50, took out her $25 tier just 2 weeks ago. Not even yet. Only way to get in unless she started another one. Yeah, that's how she wrote. Mobs, Mobs reading her Patreon posts is like Mobs having an anxiety attack. She like short circuits when she's trying to read on it. It's hysterical. Thank you, all the new Patreons. I'll be going back to doing sessions and signing photos. Give me a few days. Got to get ready for court soon. She's been threatening this. And yes, that's something she threatens all the time. But she's been trying to maneuver certain things in a way. There's that post. I'm not sharing these in the community section because, like I said, I'm not her messenger. And I started doing that last week when her mom was really ill, and I'm going to continue to do it. If I share anything, it'll be this way. Molly said, ever get bored? Go on strike. That's how you love me. She's playing games. Oh, skip to my Lou. Let me see. I think you go into the button at the top where it says accept memberships. Actually, I'm not really sure. It could be the Nick Carter stuff. That Delta Dawn, that has been something that I think majorly. Yeah, make a mobster. I know she's been saying like the court thing. She's been saying the attorneys thing, all of that stuff. The reason why I really think they're doing something is because there's a lot of moving pieces in the back end of stuff going on. There's a lot of moving pieces over there. There is a lot of uncomfortable shit going on. I think she did lose her channel for doxing the Airbnb guest. I do think that was a terms of service violation. She claims it was mass reporting. That's not the case. I'm going to bring Makeup Mobster up so she can explain the terms of service violation, kind of how that goes, everything like that. I have read the terms of service front to back to front. And every time you ask somebody else everybody's got a different opinion. We all read the same thing, but everybody's perception of it is totally different. Hold on. Let me thank you guys for these. Thank you so much. Was that justice? Yeah, she's going to show back up 100%. She's, in my opinion, a narcissist. You can't shut them up. I think she wants to follow Andre's past. She is so jelly, kitten claws. You guys might be right. All right. Here's my annoying buttons for the haters in the back. Since they love it so much. And I owe you guys one for the membership too. Hold on. Thank you guys so much. And then welcome to the community. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. Yeah, there's something going on. There's a lot of movement going on. There's rumors going around about a whole lot of shit, a whole lot of stuff. A lot of them aren't true. There is a few with a little bit more gravity to them. That's where I can say. But anyways, moral of the story is if you feel like celebrating and you feel like something is good coming out of this, this is what separates me from, I am trying to do like a high pressure, use their own words, facts, what have actually happened to apply some pressure. I'm not a part of the drama community, so it's different for me. Like this is a big win. That's having somebody that has tormented everybody in their community for so long. That's a totally different feeling. I am not trying to piss on anybody's parade. B-Fergs. I'm going up. Revival's yelling at me again. I guess not everyone wants to go down on her anymore. Is that the one I was supposed to read? You assholes. Hey, peeps, I'm listening. I think the court thing is the Nick Carter case. I think she thinks she's going to be called to testify. Speculation on my part. Yeah, she's been hinting at that. She's been saying that she made no money off that case. And even taking her channel down, they can prove that she has. But it would be harder. You know, they would have to go through much more. There's a lot going on. Yeah, she's already on Kick. Yes. On OnlyFans. Oh, my God. If she does that, I'm out. I will not be participating and following anything on OnlyFans. Somebody else gets that one. My eyes have seen enough. Thank you, Little Bit. Thank you. Welcome to the Cabana, y'all. Okay, I'm going to play one more button and then we're going to get back into it. And I got to send her the link. Mobs, you still okay to come up? And then I hit the wrong button. Anyways, thank you for the gifted memberships. Welcome to the shit show. Yes. Okay. Let's talk about that too. So there is quote unquote a list that Vada made, but it's being shown without the clip of what was actually said. So let's address that right quick before I bring Mobs up, because Mob doesn't even deal with these people. Thankfully, most people don't have to deal with these people. This is just a select few of us. But now all of you got on the list. I'm so excited to share some of their hate, because let me tell you, this little weirdo one is not so fun. Okay, this is Vada. This is from, I think, 2 nights ago.
Thanks, Vada. You need to get in touch with YouTube. This is so wrong. It absolutely is. I didn't know how bad this was until the other day. And I think I listed those channels. I mean, there's more than this. But let's see how many channels there were. I think I had numbers next to them. Let me see. 23 channels, guys. 23. That's not all of them either. I know there's 25 now. That 2 of them are not even up there. I mean, there's tons of them. That's how many are after her. Now they're going to be after me too, but oh well.
That's what she wants. Just so you guys know, Vada has been like crying for attention. She wants all of these channels. She makes lists and does things like this just to get her name in the algorithm. She is trying to channel build. She's been trying for a long time. EKC has had a stagnant channel for a long time too. This is what they want, though. That's why they will include other people that don't know as much about them. So they talk about them and their algorithm gets going. The list is supposedly the channels that are attacking Molly. Let me show you that. So again, she's got it labeled as mass flagging campaign, Twitter, YouTube. So a lot of people were under the assumption that it was the people who retweeted a tweet. I don't fucking Twitter, so that wasn't the case of how I got on this list. And a lot of these people, I don't watch to know if they retweeted, tweeted. I have no idea. So I can't speak for everybody, but I've heard enough to know that 99% of the people on this list have no clue what the hell's going on. But that added them to a list. Remember, everybody, Tube Top Tammy is what we like to call her over here, or Invada, is a self-proclaimed grave shitter. So that's page 1. 6 Up is number 1. Chronicles of the Shady, number 2. Heels in the Air, number 3. Queen Bee, Curious AF, Uni Rock. Nonsense, Queen Bee Mod. Is that a different nonsense than me? Is there multiple of us? And by the way, I got a wrench over there because she gave me a courtesy wrench. So nobody could impersonate me because she's not a douchebag and she doesn't like that happening like you weirdos like to do. Anyways, Nunya, which is my mod. No, the Good Nunya is not just my mod. The Good Nunya is a shared mod by many of us, but the Good Nunya is a Tessa, first and foremost. Down the rabbit hole. Oh, leave the rabbit alone. Pork Chop. Who the fuck is Pork Chop? Butthurt Betty 420. Honey, are you going to take that into court and say, Your Honor, Butthurt Betty 420 retweeted a post that said if Molly Golightly broke the terms of service to retweet this to Team YouTube? Like, huh? Anyways, Navy Tech's Uni's mod. Kathy P. Nonsense is mod. Kathy is her own person. Kathy is a creator, first and foremost. She's not just my mod. Kathy is an amazing individual who we love dearly. Leave her the fuck alone. Mobs, got it, number 14. Couch Clips, number 15. 16, Tragedy Pimps Exposed. 17, The Glare. 18, Lippy. 19, Savage Life. Is that Savage Live? Is that what she's talking about? But is there a Savage Life account too? I'm assuming it's Savage Life. Savage Live Media. But she put Savage Life. Anyways, Invada is a Tube Top Tammy doesn't have many brain cells. 21, House of Williams. 22, Diamond Cutter. And 23, an account I've never even heard of. Her Ambiguous Darkness. But that's only 23 of the 25. And I'm sure she's added more to that list by now. Nobody really knows where the list came from or how she compiled the list, because it's not about the retweeting of anything. It's not about, oh my God, she has made up this is the woman who claims that I have a record. That's why I ended up showing you guys my background the other day, because I was like, this is some shit. No. Oh, yeah, Sheila, yes. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Why isn't Blank Screen on the list? I gotta know. Wait, was Burnt Toast on the list? Yes, you are number 20. Why isn't she in like number 1? Hello, Starlight? I mean, come on. This list is not inclusive. If you are against people violating terms of service and harassing and intimidating and doxing, and you feel that terms of service violations are absolutely okay to be dealt with however YouTube finds fit, that's not mass flagging, you dumbass. That's called being an adult and taking accountability for your own fucking actions. Mass striking is a whole different ballgame. This is called Molly. Molly's own worst enemy. That's it. That's all. Okay. Mobs, I'm sending it to you right this second. Mobs is going to come up and explain what's going on with the channel. I'm sending it to your Facebook. There you go. Yeah, right? Invada has been that group of people. Let me just say, like, they're really pissed because this is what they've been trying to get and shoot for with their mission on the Katie stuff for a long time. So this is like a slap in the face. Then you've got Laura over there singing the praises of everybody. Like, it's just a fucking shit show. And they're like begging to sing Molly's praises. And I'm like, you guys look like complete and utter jackasses. Complete and utter jackasses. Don't worry, everyone. The list is expanding. I don't know how you guys sit through her to watch her. Nope. Can't do it. Hey, BJ Marshall. Oh, I'm so sick of this now. So curious, you made that list. 6 Up should get a gold medal. I know. This is what they do, though. They will throw anything out. And here's the funny thing. So I know for a fact that Erica has also been sending and working with the extreme antis. We've been talking about that for a long time. And as you know, Erica provides a ton of misinformation, inaccurate doxing information on people. Where do you think they get some of their information? Hello. And then to watch Invada and Erica go at it in community posts because people send me it, I sit back and laugh so freaking hard, because they're all the same. They're all the same. And that's a shit show. Hey.
Hey.
Thank you for coming up.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound good here.
All right, because, yeah, sometimes I have my Bluetooth headphones in, and sometimes they suck on StreamYard, so just let me know if I get, like, weird, and I'll turn them off, but
no,
how you doing, girl?
I'm good. How are you? I know you guys are excited. And
you know what? Go ahead.
Finally, you guys get to see Terms of Service finally do something that they should have done years ago.
Yeah, for that reason, yes, I'm excited. At the end of the day, I'm not into the cancel culture thing, you know? Like, I feel like people, and this is probably why she's gotten away with it for so long, is because, you know, even though people dislike her, they secretly like watching her, you know, so that, like, look, it gives us all content. You know what I'm saying? It gives us all content. It gives us all something to talk about, you know? We all love watching a fucking train wreck. And I think that's part of the reason why she's gotten away with it for as long as she did, is because people were reluctant to report, or they didn't know how to properly report. Yeah. You know, now you got people like Unirock and others that are, you know, actually telling people how to report and how the rules work. Because most of us, I am not going to include myself in there, but most people don't know how it works around here. And I think that's why she's gotten away with it for so long. You know what she used to do, nonsense? She would violate the terms of service, right? And then immediately delete the video, you know, or she would do it on somebody else's channel, or she would subtly dox somebody. Like for me, she'd be like, just for instance, one of the times when she doxed me, you know, she'd be like, said the name of my town. So it's kind of like ambiguous. It's like, well, that, like, I know she's talking about me, but not everybody else is going to know that she's talking about me, you know? And then she'll be like blue countertops, and she'll give hints. So she's doxing in a more subtle way. She's not actually showing the information straight up, you know, on her screen. But I think what affected her the most in this whole situation, and a lot of people forgot about this, was she deleted, what was it, over 2 million views?
3 million.
3 million. Okay. So when YouTube, I kind of explained this on my channel the other day, right? When you get flagged, okay, the way she got flagged, because she was doxing, she's acting like this was a mass flagging, like in other words, you or some other creator set up on their channel and was like, go flag her. That's not how it went down. People were already watching her. They saw her trans bashing, and I think that got everybody more mad than anything else, right? And they reported her channel, right? That brought YouTube's attention to her channel. And they're like, okay, what's going on here? She got the community guideline strike. She got a warning and a strike. She keeps saying, I don't know why. Well, she kept saying, I don't know why everybody thinks I got 2 strikes. I didn't get technically she's right. She didn't get 2 strikes. She got a warning. And then in order to get 1 strike on the channel, you have to have a warning first, right? So we know she had 2 strikes because we saw the proof of it on Uni-sex page. So one of those strikes was a warning, served as a warning, and the other one is a strike, which she could have appealed, but she knew she couldn't. She knew she violated. When that happens, because this happened to me years ago, and I watched this guy, he was great. He was an attorney who deals with YouTube issues, and he knows everything that there is to know about, terms of service. He basically said that what happens now is YouTube now has their eyes on your channel. And the first thing she did was delete those 3 million views. Now that's going to send up an even bigger red flag to YouTube because they're going to be like, why is this person deleting all this? They have obviously something to hide, right? So now it's almost like if you get caught like doing something shady with your taxes or money, they're going to investigate you even further now, and they're going to look even deeper into your shit and your finances. And that's exactly what happened. And I think it just took a couple of days to catch up. And it could be a coincidence that it happened, on the day when it did.
Oh yeah,
After she doxed somebody. But I think that probably played a bigger role than anything else, was her going and immediately deleting all those videos. That put a flag up in their system, and it takes time because now a actual person has to go in and manually review her channel and look at all her content. Could be one person, could be a team of people. But I think ultimately they went and looked at all those deleted videos and they were like, okay, this is shady, and it took a couple of days because think of how much she's online. Think of how much she posts a day.
Oh yeah.
She had to have over 2,000, 3,000 videos on there easily, right? So I think it took time. They reviewed her and then it just caught up with her that day. The timing of it, that's called karma. That's called karma. Getting
Honestly,
her.
I think too, one thing that people are getting confused is this is like people keep saying cancel culture. The people on the other side, Molly's, the people that want everybody to look at it a certain way are saying, oh, this is cancel culture. No, that's not what this is. This is a terms of service violation that Molly violated on her channel. She
did it.
As an adult, she made a choice. She made a choice to show that ID. She violated terms of service. Nobody else is responsible for her behavior. So the cancel culture shit doesn't even apply here. Yes, you can apply that to the situation of, a group of people trying to silence somebody. But in the big picture here, this is a terms of service violation.
100%. Accountability culture. That's great. I got a terms of service violation a couple of years ago. I couldn't fight it. Why? Because I violated the terms of service, and me doing so, I was going off about her and Tiffany because they were pretending that they wrote some, my aunts wrote them some email, and she went live and she was, reading this alleged email from my alleged aunt, right? Okay. I know it wasn't from my aunt because all the information that they were sharing in these emails, you could go watch my videos and get that information. So, but I fucking went off, regardless because, why wouldn't I? That's what they were trying to get. Then they mass flagged my channel, and then YouTube came, and I already had a warning on my channel from years ago because Tiffany had said something horrible about Randy's mother while she was up on my panel. So then I got a strike, and then I lost monetization. I knew once she got that first strike. See, it's messed up kind of because YouTube says there's a 3-strike system, but that's not really the truth. Because when I got 1 strike on my channel, so I had a warning and then I got a strike, they took my monetization away within days. And it took me over 4 months to get my monetization back after that. Okay. And it was sad because like I was reacting to something that was horribly said about me, but I have to take responsibility for it too, because I broke the terms of service in doing so, It was designed to happen like that. Like they wanted to set me off and I kind of fell for it. But
that's one of their tricks for sure.
Yep.
They will poke and poke and they will try to find that weak spot. That is one of the tactics is they will try to throw anything at you. And if you're real, you probably have already told your own audience, like, this is the things that bother me kind of stuff. Like that's how most people are. So they know the spot and they will she's terrible at that It's disgusting.
Look, I kind of agree with you in the sense, like, I've been watching her for 5 years, like, not steadily, but I'm just saying, like, I found her channel 5 years ago. It's funny because I'm listening to John, tell the history this morning. And he's like, 5 years ago, and it has been, I guess, like 5 years now, right? And watching her over the years, she was very careful about the way she did these things. Like I said, she would subtly dox people, like she wouldn't just straight out show an ID. She did straight out show my phone number on screen one time. But she, back then too, you have to remember YouTube's guidelines weren't as strict as they are now. Totally different game nowadays. They're not messing around, YouTube. So back then you could get away with a lot more stuff than you can now. Just in 5 years, like the platform has completely changed. So I think that, she got very reckless and maybe subconsciously she knew that it was becoming a problem. Who knows what was going on with her and Walter?
Yeah.
And her family life in the background. And
Mm.
maybe he was threatening her or something. Who knows? And then she just burned it to the ground on purpose. Like who knows? Could she have done that? Sure. I don't think she's doing anything with court because there's no case. Her husband's not
Right.
stupid. He's not stupid. What case does she have? She
She
did this to herself.
She would have to try to build one, but it's going to be hard. But you know how ignorant and arrogant she is. They just, and he is, from my understanding, the king of frivolous lawsuits also.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep. He sued 3M. I'm not really sure exactly what, but allegedly he sustained some type of injury from one of their products. Now 3M makes a lot of shit, so it's hard to say exactly
Oh my God.
which product it was, because was it tape? I'm just picturing that guy like stuck in like tape or something and he like ripped his skin off. I don't know. What happened? Did he inhale like some 3M fucking spray adhesive? Like, I don't know.
There's just,
But yeah.
I can't shake it because I've watched her maneuver and she knew, like when she does the doxing and stuff, she knows what she does. I mean, she's been very out front about it, but watching like all the clips you guys sent me over the years, like getting history of it, she has definitely gotten reckless. And yes, we can acknowledge, in my opinion, she does look like she's struggling with addiction issues, potentially mental health issues, something of that. So maybe she, in the height of it, is losing her give a fuck. That could be possible. That's why I said I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying there's something in the back of my head that has been watching too much of this to say she's not up to some bullshit here. She also she's definitely afraid. She claims that she would love Jeray to take her to court, but I know for a fact she does not want that.
No, that would destroy her. She would be destroyed. Look, I don't want to get too into this, but I saw people last night, and the people on Laura's panel last night were like, "Oh, her mother just passed away. She's grieving." So like giving her an excuse to be reckless. And being somebody who lost both my parents to cancer, right? I watched them both die in front of me. Okay. I cannot believe her behavior. Like it's completely off the wall. And I understand, and everybody says, oh, everybody grieves differently. To me, she's not even grieving. To me, she's just, I don't know what's going on. I really don't. It's the complete lack of her grieving. The fact that she could even be up on here worrying about this shit right now is just mind-blowing to me. Like, I can't even wrap my head around it because I was.
Oh, you're getting tinny. Oh, you went bye-bye. Well, it's actually, I think, did you guys lose her too?
So I don't know how she's doing this. Maybe she is under the influence, but still none of that gives her an excuse to dox people and to treat people the way that she does. It's just,
And excusing her behavior is enabling her because here's the part that I struggle with because my sister's been, had her issues and so on and so forth. But if you sit by and just say, oh yeah, you did nothing wrong. Like even her closest friends are sitting there condoning this stuff and making excuses for her behavior. And I'm like, what do you say to yourself if something was to happen? Like you guys are sitting there trying to tell us you should feel terrible, like trying to blame us for Molly's actions. They're shining and condoning her behaviors. How
Laura,
is that her?
Laura's the biggest fucking enabler out there. And the only reason Laura's doing this is because number one, she knew when she went live. Hold on a second. Hold on.
You're good. I do have a question for her when she comes back. I got to remember to ask somebody.
Sorry. When what do you call it? Laura really only everything Laura does is self-serving too. The fact that Laura didn't even know that she ran a bed and breakfast, I'm not a bed, whatever the fuck you call it, an Airbnb out of her house. And she's like, I'm her friend and I don't know that. Yeah, Laura, that's a problem. Most friends know these types of things about each other. That showed me right there that Laura and her, they don't have a real friendship. Because, well, Laura's not the type of friend that's going to ever be like, hey, nonsense, like, tell me about your family. Tell me where you grew up. What'd you do for a living? Like, she don't care about that kind of stuff. She only cares, what could you do for me? So right now she's a fucking opportunist, like a major opportunist. That's what Laura does. So she saw an opportunity to get 700 people, whatever it was, 1,000 people in her chat last night, make some super chats, make some money, get some views, try to get people over on her new platform, which is never going to happen, Laura. She had 3 views on that video on Kick. 3 views.
If
So
you go back and look at her videos just before the stuff popped off with Molly, she was tanking on.
Yep. Laura knew, look, Laura and her have gone back and forth for years. Laura knows, you can always tell when Laura's lying because she's like stumbling all over her words, like she's stumbling all over her words. She's like, she doesn't know what to say because she knows that she's full of shit and nobody's going to believe her. Hold on a second. I'm just going to mute for 1 second.
No, you're good. It's just insanity to me too. And I know you're not watching this, Laura, because you don't like watch channels that you don't like. So you'll never hear this. But so I'm going to talk to those subs that, you won't hear it anyways. But Laura is willing to look like a complete jackass instead of doing a little bit of research. She herself could have found. She claims that she doesn't like JLR, all of this stuff, but yet here she was okay with a random stranger's ID being sent to JLR. I was like, are you really doing this? You really holding yourself in that belief? Okay.
If it wasn't benefiting her in some way, shape, or form, she would be like, how could you send it to JLR? He's a doxer. Like, she knows she's so full of shit, man. It's ridiculous. Like, she knows. Yeah.
She would have been over the top outraged, I'm sure. There was comments in there last night that were just like, I went over. I've never really watched her at all, except just recently a few times here and there, but I was blown away. And by the way, she was letting people in her chat like threaten the other channels that they're claiming took Molly down. They were saying they're all pieces of shit and now I have time to watch, just saying, so you better hope nothing offends me on your channels, bitches. Like,
wow.
People were talking like that. I was like, this is ridiculous. Somebody else said, I would love to see Nonsense, Good Nunya, JJJ, Uni-Rock, all of them get reported.
Oh my God. Let me just tell you something though. You could press that report button 1,000,000 times on YouTube, 1,000,000 times. If the person's not breaking terms of service, then the channel will not come down. You know what I'm saying? Like, YouTube is going to go in and they're going to look and they're like John said this morning, they're not going to tell you exactly what you did wrong. You're never going to know. But you could guess, like, okay, well, I said this about somebody. Like, I don't even know what I did wrong when I broke terms of service,
right.
Which is why I didn't fight it, because if you appeal it, you only have one appeal and that's for a certain amount of time. I forget exactly what that amount of time is. And then that's it. So say if you get another strike, within that time frame and you didn't break the terms of service, you just wasted your one appeal, so she doesn't know exactly what she did. Nobody knows exactly what she did, but I forgot where I was even going with that. But but if you report, if you report, we could report the shit out of something. If it's not breaking the terms of service, then the video is not going to get taken down. So you can't blame the people reporting because the report button's there for a reason. So you got to blame the person who's breaking the terms of service. Like, that's what I don't understand about these people. They're like, oh my God, it's all the other people. No, it's her. She broke terms of service. We've all broken it, but not as bad.
When they go to defend her, though, this is something that I really noticed last night. I've been noticing it, but it was very evident. So when something happens and Molly there's a little bit of accountability that she should take, or most people would take. Oh, I did this, I fucked up. Right. Well, instead of them saying, well, yeah, she did this, They won't talk about that. They
Nope.
won't talk about if you ask them, well, she did this, this, and this. Her enablers changed the topic and they say,
Yep.
well, for instance, Justin said Molly has given more to people charity than anyone else I know. That's how he wrote it.
Oh my God.
It's instantly, they cannot defend her actions because they know she's guilty. They
Yep.
know she made the choices to do what she did. They know she broke terms of service. So they changed the direction of the conversation to
Yep.
don't look at the bad things that you shouldn't hold her accountable for. Oh my God, she's done this, this, and this. And it's like, no, she can donate to charity, but she's still a piece of shit.
Exactly. They've been doing that for so long with her. Like they'll use the charity thing, and yeah, great. She gave money to charity, but that doesn't erase everything else that she's done, to everybody else around here. I mean, look how many people she's victimized on this platform in the last, 5 years. 5 years. She started her channel, victimize somebody. She says it's to defend somebody that was, but no, come on. Nick Carter doesn't need people defending him like that. It's like, come on, girl. You started it to harass another woman, and then you continued harassing people ever since. That's all you do. That's what your whole channel's about. But yeah, last night, one of the funniest things was, somebody had repeated something about her. I think she was like yelling at Jake and the husband, and she's like, I'm the mother here, and we're going to my mom's funeral. And then they left out the part where she said, I'm gonna come home with diamonds. Like they left that part out because they knew that part was disgusting of what she said. They purposely do that.
Yeah.
Purposely.
They will say that we twist and twerk her words, even though you can go and trace down the original video and listen to it time and time again and nothing's changed. They refuse to do that. But that's this whole wash, rinse, repeat game. They cycle fast so people don't know the history. They don't know what's going on. But Michelle said it in the comments. It wasn't Molly that gave to charity to begin with. It was her subs. Her subs gave to charity. It wasn't for her subs. Molly would never have that claim to get go. And it still is no excuse. It doesn't excuse all the other shit she does.
Yeah, you're right though. All she did was sit there and dance like an idiot. And then everybody else gave the money. She didn't give the money. It went straight to the charity from her subscribers and her followers. So.
And then she gets up there last night and says, I love the attention. I love the attention. Yes,
I know.
She loves it.
Oh yeah, listen, she thrives. I think she loves the attention. Everybody's like, oh, she's all about the money. I honestly think the attention is 10 times more important to her. I think that's her first and foremost, the attention. This is the narcissistic. Think about it. Think about all the narcissistic supply she gets from this place. I mean, because they love attention of all types. They love good attention. They love bad attention. It doesn't matter. And you can tell she loves all the attention. Just like what you posting her Patreon things when you were posting them, right? She never tried to get them taken down, right?
No.
She never tried to find who the mole was in her Patreon because she loves the attention. She loves it. You know?
I can say this, like, at this point, well, maybe I should check my Gmail before I say this, but she has not struck my channel at this point so far unless.
What is she going to strike you for?
Well, exactly. Oh, and that's another thing. People have been asking me, and I'm going to ask you a question. There has been a lot of theories going around. Oh, nonsense. You need to private all of the videos with her content. Oh, nonsense. Do this. Shut your comments off so they can't report comments. Y'all, they're going to play dirty no matter which way I go. So
yeah,
I don't have anything to hide. I came out here for a mission. My mission still stays the same. Nothing has changed in my mission. There's still misinformation, hurt people. Nothing has changed. She's still getting people right now, unfortunately. She just has one less platform to do it on and 90,000 less people to do it to. But unfortunately, nothing's changed. But I do, I'm just moving forward. If they do petty shit like that, okay, there it is. We will move forward however we proceed. It is not going to stop the mission of stopping some of the bullshit that goes on with the misinformation and how much they re-victimize victims. So I'm linking them up. Everybody has to make their own decisions.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know how true that is. I've seen people saying that, and I would have to know more about the stories of people that have gotten taken down, because I look at people like MFW, right? I don't know if you know who she is, but she's another person kind of like Molly, right?
That's the other thing, right?
What?
That's the other Katie, right?
Katie, yeah, Katie, yep, that's
you.
her name, yes. Okay, so she got taken down several times, you know, I still see people posting clips about her. Those channels are still there, so I'm not sure how true that is, you know, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how that works. Like, that's the one question I really can't answer. Um, I don't know if they count all your, you know, content as banned from YouTube or just the content that you violated terms of service. Like, that's one question I really can't answer. I don't know the answer to that,
I went and read
unfortunately.
the service over and over again, and I didn't see anything that specifically stated that you have to remove. If the channel's banned, it's considered banned content. Moving forward,
Right,
could be seen if it's not under fair use, so on and so forth, things of that nature. But
right.
it doesn't seem to be an issue. And even at that, it's still copyright, more stuff. So I don't know. It
Right.
was on it. So I'm just moving forward.
If there's anything important on your page, I'm gonna go look. I know in my community post, it was probably from like 2 years ago, so I'm gonna have to scroll for a little bit. But there is a way you can like back up your entire channel and all your videos and everything. And I will post that again just for anybody who's like interested, who's watching, who does have channels. I mean, you know, in case there's anybody out there, because if you're worried about it, you know, I mean, it is what it is at this point. I'm not going to sit there and put the time and effort into deleting old videos at this point, you know.
I'm just going to proceed with whatever happens. I don't have anything to hide on my channels. I haven't lied. I haven't words. Like, that's the thing. They're trying to get everybody scared too. They don't want people to be looking for Molly's content and see, oh shit, she did say all this. Because here again, they're saying, oh, they have that opportunity of saying, oh, she didn't say that on the way to her mom's thing. Well, they can come over here even if they don't like me and see the entire thing, you know, with a little bit of context in it, but they can see the context themselves and make up their mind, because now it's not up there for people, and she relies on that. Like, she relies on the moving pieces of people not taking the time to go look and see, oh, this is what it is.
Right. Exactly.
Does she lose? Okay, this was something that we were talking about last night. Does she lose all of her? So she lost her monetization with her termination of her channel.
Yeah. And the money goes with it. Done. It's over.
The money that she was owed for the 21st coming up.
Yep. Done.
Lost that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because when I lost my monetization, I did not get paid after that. Like, I don't remember. I would have to like double check, but I'm pretty sure that like even whatever was in my AdSense that was owed to me, like, just disappeared. And I guess YouTube keeps it. Like, I don't know. I forget, but
does it go back? I would think they would refund the subs.
I think what would happen is that memberships probably get refunded. And then, like, so your membership is just her memberships, everybody that was in her membership probably got an email today that memberships were canceled or whatever. And they might get their money back, but I'm not sure about how the super chats work. Because I remember thinking, and it was 2 years ago, so I'd have to look back and, like, see. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I just lost everything.
See, that kind of bothers me, though, I will have to say, because the subs get fucked in that too.
Right. It's their money. They might just not go through. You know what I'm saying? Like, the charge, like, because you're always a month. What is it? A month ahead, right? Or a month behind. I'm sorry. So the previous month, I don't know. I don't remember if she gets.
It's super chats and memberships are refunded. Okay.
Yeah, like, exactly. They might be refunded, and then, she just doesn't get the money. That's it. Like, it's over. She won't get paid. What an idiot. She ruined 2 income streams for her family.
Right. 2. Well, 3, because both of those channels were monetized. And then if it's Airbnb, which I don't know, like, that's to be determined what's really going on there.
Right.
But that's 3 potential. That's why I am like, what the fuck?
I shouldn't say for her family. I should say for herself, because it's pretty clear that, her money goes to just her, and that's about it,
So, like, this is where, again, it's, in my opinion, this does not fit into the cancel culture conversation. But there would be people that would be like, see, you guys canceled her income. No, again, Molly canceled Molly's income. Molly choices that impacted Molly's future employment with YouTube. That is on her. She cited terms of service agreement with YouTube. She breached that contract just like any of us.
Yep.
Now, another thing, people are really amped up and like, oh, they're going to start reporting. You guys, for some of us, they've been doing it all along. You can Google
Right.
nonsense, and there's 1,000,001 video. Well, not 1,000,000. There's a lot of videos that just sit and talk shit nonstop about everything I've said.
Yeah.
And they talk about reporting me. And they have been trying to get me shut down since I've been over here. It is been,
Right.
they will amp it up. But here's the problem. If you haven't been gone real life at yet, and you're very active and very vocal, just be careful, because the real life is intense with this group. I've never seen like it. It's dangerous, and it's nobody is off limits.
Yeah. It's just crazy because, like, at the end of the day, I didn't report her channel. I have not reported her channel. I could go on my YouTube report history and show everybody, like, I have not reported her channel. I haven't encouraged anybody to report her channel.
Did a private complaint. I did one privacy complaint because my full legal name was the title.
You had it right, though. That's
the only thing I did. And I put in there the title of the video, you know, and left it at that. I have not even gotten a response. Well, now I'll get a response that her channel's been terminated. But I just did that because she just reposted it the day they went after Queen Bee. They had just reposted that video.
Right. There's another thing that, you know, she's gotten all these privacy complaints. Like, it's a culmination of everything shitty she's been doing on here for years now, you know, and she just stopped giving a fuck because it just like Betty Bullhorn, the power goes to their heads and they start thinking, all right, well, I got away with it this time and that time, you know, so I could get away with it again and again and again. And then, you know what? It finally caught up with her. You know, it took 5 years, but I said this years ago. And if you go back, I'm sure I said it on my channel because I was like, when people used to talk about her, you know, her channel going down or her losing her channel, I was like, I don't want her to lose her channel now. I know I said this to somebody at some point. I don't want her to lose her channel now. If she loses her channel, I want it to be when she gets more subscribers, because the bigger you are, the harder you fall. So if she does lose her channel, it's going to be when she gets bigger. And then she's going to come crashing down. Because at the time when I was talking to whoever it was, she would only get like 80 people in her chat. You know, she had a lot of subscribers still, but she would only get like 80 people in her chat. This is like right after she came back from DLive or some shit. So, you know, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. She almost is at 100,000 and then she crashed and it couldn't have gone down any more perfect. To me, it's karma. You know, she's getting her karma. I would never say her mom or anything like that is karma, but the timing of all this is her karma for being such a horrible person. But as you could see last night on Laura's panel, nothing humbles this woman. Nothing.
Yeah, that's true. I got to say thank you, Becca, for the gifted memberships. Thank you, I Hate Peas. And thank you, Kitten Claus. Y'all, sorry, we're just up here chatting away. I wasn't even I'll play a song at the end. I'm not going to cut Makeup Mobster off or blare her ears, but
it's all right.
Guys, so much for that. I appreciate you guys all. Another thing, there was something else she did yesterday that was just, she said something on Laura's panel. Now I just drew a blank. When
I didn't see the whole thing.
I don't, hold on. I've got it.
Props to the woman that went up there though and was like fucking giving it to her. I don't know who that person is, but they were the TikTok lady, the lady that said she had all the followers on TikTok. I was like, oh, good for her. She's like telling her what's up, what time it is.
It just is so shitty because there was no way they were going to let that lady have an actual opinion. Like she was like there was no way they were just going to, nope, nobody can talk about it.
Yep. Which is why if they let people have their opinions like on her channel and everything, she wouldn't get as much hate as she does. It's the fact that she doesn't let people have opinions and disagree with her that makes people more angry. When you shut people up and you silence them, it just makes them more angry, you know?
Yeah. Well, and here's my other question about this whole 100K thing. So she was getting close to 100K, and I don't know if you watched the clip, but there's a video of her talking about when she hits 100K or if she hits 100K. But according to everything else that I've heard, at 100K, in order to get the plaque, they go through and do a review.
Yep.
Her channel would have been gone upon that review.
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
Bought a bunch of subs, and that was very evident in her transactions on the back end. Again, that's another piece of it that I know she burnt. I can't say 100%, but I know within my soul she burnt this shit to the ground on purpose. Like but look at how, oh, poor Molly. They victimized her. They did this. No, Molly did this. Y'all. Molly
Oh
did.
yeah.
No matter if she intentionally did it or unintentionally did it, she did it.
Yeah, she was gonna get shut down. She always pulls this thing though where she acts like everything was done on purpose. Like when people get one over on her, she can't just be like, "Oh, somebody got me." You know, she has to like make it like it was her doing always, like it was her choice. Just like she did with the strike. She's like, "I'm purposely not going live to see if these people, you know, yeah, what are they gonna do?" And by the way, hold on, Laura's a fucking idiot. This just popped into my head. Laura, who is making all this money? Like, I don't know who she thinks is making all this money off of this woman. I'm like so baffled, maybe because I'm not, and I'm like, I don't know who she's talking about. Like, I don't know if she's talking about you or
Probably.
fucking Queen Bee or like who else, but like there's still even if you're making a lot more money, right, off of your videos, there's a lot of people that talk about her, right? Most of the clip channels are not monetized that I know of. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Okay. And if they are, they're only monetized via like ad revenue, which doesn't make shit, right?
Like 9 cents.
Yeah. Like a couple of like maybe $1 a month, you know? So I don't know who she's talking about. They're still not making anywhere close to what she was making or Bullhorn Betty's making or anything like that. So I don't know where she's getting this. Like I don't know why it always comes down to money with Laura, because she really thinks that people are here just to make money because that's her motive for being here. So she thinks that's everybody else's.
One of those comments was directed at me and she was throwing a fit because my membership is pretty large for a newer channel, I guess.
Good for you.
And I'm super thankful for it all the time. Like I am super thankful.
Look at the time you put into things though. You know what I'm saying? Like you put a tremendous amount of time into your channel, right? Not only just like being on here, but also like with your, you know, you have like your intros, you have all your music for your membership, the little videos that you make. So you put a tremendous amount of time and effort and you're consistently uploading and posting and being on here all the time. That's the reason why people are paying you. It's not because you're covering a specific person. It's because of your consistency. That's always the key to success on YouTube is consistency. Like me, I'll never be successful on here because I'm not consistent enough. You know, I'm like live 2 days, then I'm not, you know, I pop on here because that's my life. I pop on here when I can, you know, I can't always come up here. My life comes first, you know, and I'm not saying that yours doesn't either. No. I'm just saying
it's totally that way though, because I don't do anything like this. Took such a different life for me with the whole Vermont story. I never expected to be where we're at today. I didn't even expect to have a YouTube channel when I first started asking questions on Facebook. Like this is all totally spiraled. And so but I don't do anything half-assed. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to try to do it to the best of my ability with that. Granted, my shit, you know, but I'm learning as I go.
No, they're not though, because they get the information across, right? That's all we're really here for is the information. So like all the rest of it goes to the wayside. Like that, every single Lately channel, that channel got like pretty big for only having a couple of videos. Why? Because of the way that they put the information out. You know, the commentary that they do. It's funny. People enjoy it, you know, so.
Incredible channel. That channel.
I love that channel.
I absolutely, whoever is behind that did an incredible job on how they broke things down. And there's a lot of them. Like that's the thing is it's a collective, you know, people really have been, thankfully the OGs are still around. Because they were able to provide a lot of history. Like this is a community, multiple communities. There was people talking about this live that I have never seen on YouTube, period. They've never followed my algorithm and they were talking about this. There was people that sing Molly's praises one day, turn it off, that were all like the amount of lives last night from this, because she impacted so many different communities and that's got a ripple effect. And that's what we're seeing is the ripple effect of the impact of her poor behavior over all these years finally catching up. That's it. Like it's fucking crazy though.
Look, if what Laura was saying was true last night, that everybody, you know, oh, people make so much money off of her and, you know, they only talk about her because they want to make money. If that was true, this wouldn't be happening right now to her. This would, like, in a sense, right? People wouldn't have reported her because they wouldn't have been offended by her and they would have been more worried about making money than what's right. So that, if anything, this proves that most of us are, or most of the people in this community are more concerned with what's right than being entertained or being,
Yeah,
whatever, money, whatever it is.
if that was our only content too, well, and Laura, that's where just Laura doesn't do research. My channel was never based on Molly to begin with. I keep hearing people say, what are you going to talk about if you don't have Molly? There's a million Mollys, first and foremost, and Molly is the only part of this Marvon misinformation. Granted, we've kind of moved on because we're kind of at a spot, but I will continue to ask the same questions, and they've got a ton of misinformation on their channels that we can go through. I've never started my channel to solely talk about Molly. I didn't even know who the hell she was.
Right.
And here we are. But
Same.
And Laura is over there like, oh my God, but she doesn't get, my memberships are $1.99 too. The reason for that is because we want to build a community of people that are willing to ask the questions, to have conversations, to have a difference of opinion, to not have an echo chamber. That is not something you provide, Laura. People don't want to be a part of something that you one day tell your subs that you believe this way, that Molly's doing this, this, and this. And the next day you're like, oh my God, can I make a candle for you? If you want to talk about who's making money off of the Molly Golightly name, honey,
It's Laura.
You've got a candle collection line.
Yeah, it's Laura. It's Laura all day, every day. She's like, Molly Golightly, like, oh, make an Aaron Carter candle. And Laura's like, duh, okay. Like, she's so stupid. I can't.
That's right.
And Laura, it's cut off your nose to spite your face, not bite off your nose. How do you bite your own nose?
That was Molly that wrote that.
No, Laura said it last night. She's like, yeah, she's like, bite off your nose to spite your face. And I'm like, what? That's not the saying, Laura. You never get sayings right. Stop trying to say them. You just sound stupid. But yeah, Laura's the one making the money. She put her name in the title. Go down to any of the videos where Laura's actually defending her, okay? And her name is hashtagged. It's in the tags. It's in the title. When I talk about her, go look on my channel. Tell me how many times her name is in the title. I think there's maybe like twice that I put her name in the title.
That's something I don't do very often. I hashtag your name in like the description of the video, but very rarely do I use any title that makes any sense to what I'm talking about. And I've done that intentionally. The reason I've done that intentionally is because that drives organic traffic to my page. I am not to cornhole my page into one thing. I don't want
100%
only finding me when they're, oh, Molly, because I didn't want in that. Plus, at the end of the day, again, this was about Marvon and truth there. And there was a whole respect thing. When you have a woman like that just completely misinforming everybody, lying on the person, it was so disrespectful. I was embarrassed for more people to see how horrible she treated even Marvon. Like, it's just hard. And I'm not saying anybody that does. Like, I get that's how you get your name in the algorithm. I get, but if anybody needs an example of you don't have to do that, here's my page. You don't have
mine.
Yes.
I'm the same way. I do not put her name for a reason. I don't put it in there because I want to know that people are coming to my page for me, not because I'm talking about her. I watch my numbers while I'm live. I could see it because it's, it's on StreamYards, obviously. But like, if I'm talking about her, my numbers go up. Then when I stop talking about her, they go down a little bit. Like, those are probably the people that support her that are watching. They're like, oh, she's not talking about her anymore. Okay, I'm out of here. But the people that are there, they've been almost pretty much for the most part, people that have been with me for 5 years that are still in my chats for 5 years.
That's your true blue. That's like the people that rock with you because they rock with you. They enjoy you. And that's, not every content's going to be for every person. Like, that's just not, I'm not going to do something that entertains everybody every day. Hell, I don't even entertain myself every day. Like, come on, people.
Right.
But that's why there's so many different options and it revolves like each and every people can't stand when I talk about Spanky because his voice is so monotone.
Oh God. Yeah. He's hard.
It's a problem though, because of that, people won't sit through the information to retain the information. So he's out here. So many people think he's this innocent, amazing being.
No,
he's not. No,
Look,
he's not.
Anybody that enables that woman or is complicit or defends her or whatever the fuck it is that they do, they're just as bad in my book. I don't care how nice they seem. I don't care how funny they are. I don't care what good attributes they have. They're just as culpable in my book because they are enabling her behavior. There's no way you could sit there and watch all of her lives and be in her chat and not see her behavior. There's just, at this point in time, there's enough evidence out there to see all her behavior. So, back in the day, I understand why people used to fall for her. Nowadays, I don't get it. I'm like, there's enough information. And if you can make excuses, if you find yourself constantly making excuses for somebody's behavior, because that's what they have to do essentially, right? Like when I was friends with Laura, I constantly had to come up with excuses for Laura's behavior all the time. Because the first thing, every time Laura would do or say something, the first thing people would do would be like, Mega Mobster, what do you think about this? So I would have to like come up in my head with some kind of excuse, her and Tiffany. And then I just finally got to a point where I was like, dude, like this is not normal. Like I shouldn't have to be doing this for my friends. Like once in a blue moon, fine, your friend screws up and you make you make an excuse for them or you try to explain their behavior, fine. But not on like a daily basis. You shouldn't be having to do this constantly. This is not normal for a friendship. So that has to tell you something about their behavior. If you find yourself constantly having to make excuses for somebody's negative behavior, then they're not really a friend for you.
Absolutely.
Because you know what I'm saying? They're not a good person for you. If you enjoy making excuses for people, then I guess go for it. But like him, he has to make excuses for her behavior all the time. He never calls her out, ever. So in my book, he's just as bad.
Skep comes in with all the smart lingo and says tribalism for the win. That's exactly what it is too. You're right. You are absolutely right. But here's the other thing too in this situation. People forget Molly holds things over people's heads.
Hold on a second. Sorry. Lily Eve 420 says, I'm blocked in MM from calling her and TM cheerleader wannabes years ago. I don't even know who you are, girl. If you're Lily CLE, if that was your name back in the day, then you're blocked. You said a lot of negative shit to me. But if it's not that person, then I highly doubt you are blocked because I really don't block people. But maybe, I don't know. Unless you were trolling, who knows? Tiffany might have blocked you because she blocks everybody. All right, sorry, go ahead because I never seen your name before.
No, you're okay. You can take over. You are my boss and all, like.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Anybody over here, you actually run the show.
I love how she's like, you're doing my dirty work. Like, dude, when have I ever done dirty work in the 5 years that I was here? Like, where?
That's what's so funny to me too. The assumptions that people make. So they honestly sit here and think because I've spoke highly of you, I enjoy watching you. I'm always there.
Right.
Like, you are one of the very first people I connected with, and I adore you. And I've been very vocal about that because it's a rare find out here. Let me just say, you've been to not have somebody lie to you consistently every turn around is really strange. So she assumes we have this like deep connection. We're on the phone all the time.
So weird.
And it's so weird because we have talked more out here and people than we ever have behind the scenes.
Way more.
It's because that's how they move though. And
guilty conscience.
Yes. Yep. Because ICU is constantly in the background doing stuff. Goose is constantly in the background. They all relied so heavily on the work of other people. Granted, I have found amazing people who have helped figure things out along the way, like grateful, especially for the Tessas. But we don't move like that, even in our we talk about nursery rhymes. I bitch about snow every day. We talk about patio furniture Nunya built. Like Amethyst sends us videos of chickens. Like we have it's not always focused on her, but that's because that's how they move. So she's a narcissist, right? She kind of admitted it last night, which I was kind of shocked, but narcissists do that all the time. They tell on themselves, like she says, she's like, well, since I moved to her, she basically in a nutshell said that she has no friends in real life, which we all could clearly see that, right? She has never mentioned friends. She never talks about friends. So it's very clear that she has no friends in her real life. It's really funny because years ago she used to be like, everybody about me, everybody in her neighborhood hates her, this and that. Girl, I guarantee you I have more friends in my neighborhood. Not that it even matters, but I'm just saying, I talk to a lot of people on a daily basis, she clearly doesn't have
friends or much of a support system outside of YouTube. And she kind of admitted it last night by saying that, you know, ever since she moved to Hershey, this has been my support system or whatever she said. And I'm like, that's fucking, and look, I'm not saying that you shouldn't use this as a support system, because I did at one point in time. It was a very big support system for me when I was going through shit. So I get it. But like, I don't think she has anything else outside of this. Like, you're in the car with your husband and your son on the way to your mother's funeral. And instead of consoling your son, you know, and I don't know, sharing good memories about, you know, your mother, and because that's what I would be doing, you know, you are sitting online. And she even said at one point in time, which I found very bizarre. She goes, well, I'm live because I don't want to be alone with my thoughts. And I'm thinking, but you're not alone. Your husband and your son are in the car with you. Like, and that just shows me that there's a huge disconnect there, you know, where she doesn't even, her husband and her son are not really reliable support for her, you know?
And that strengthens like that, what you're saying there kind of tends to make me feel the opinion of her struggling with addiction or a mental health crisis or something is way more prevalent, because she is so disconnected. And unfortunately, it can be a very healthy support system, but even within the support system of YouTube, you have to have boundaries, and she has none. She has no boundaries or professional boundaries, and she completely crosses that. And that's where she gets herself into these situations all the time, doesn't have friends. It's because like YouTube, there's a constant next person, you know, she never has accountability for her role in the relationship. It's easier, these relationships work better for her because there's just a revolving door of relationships, because she can't handle relationships.
Look at, she's like, Gina's her best friend.
Yeah,
already.
Exactly.
That's weird.
And Walter and Jake in the car, and they were like, oh yeah, okay. But you know what they were saying basically was, sure, here we go again, kind of thing. Like, because they're used to that same wash rinse
cycle.
Yeah.
The cycle repeats itself always.
It's so hard because
she picks friendships by who kisses her ass the most. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's there's no real connections there. Like I've talked to people on here, and then like we've spoken about things, and then if the connection didn't happen, that's it. It didn't happen. But there's other people here that, yeah, we might have connected on a certain thing, but then our friendship evolved over the years and continued, like Purple Rain and B-Fergs. Like, I've been friends with those girls for 5 years now. And our friendship, most of our discussions aren't even about YouTube anymore, because we have real solid friendships. We talk about our lives. We talk about things that we're going through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she just connects with people because they're kissing her ass. That's it. That's the only connection she ever has with anybody. Is somebody's defending her on YouTube, and that they become friends automatically. Bam, you know,
out of necessity. And she's very much an opportunistic person. So whatever opportunity she can get from it, she's going to use it to her full advantage, and then she's rid of it just like the garbage. Like, taking the trash out today, you know, it's nothing to her. That's why, like, to us, even I have had a harder time with some of the things that have gone on with her relationships and friendships than she does, because I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I'm like a sensitive asshole at times. So I sit there and I'm like, God, she treats these people terribly. But then here comes the other side of me that goes, but these people intentionally line themselves up, wave their hands in the air, pick me next.
And they're needy.
Yeah. They walk right into it. And they're always the people, oh, that won't happen to me. But you watched it happen to XYZ time. And why are you different? Oh, that won't happen to me. How the fuck do you think not? Gina, I'm actually worried about the situation with Gina.
Because she seems a little, look, sorry, I just totally cut you off, but she seems like, first of all, she's a huge drama queen, because the things I have to comment on that. The things that they were reacting to last night about this woman that was staying in the house, like, granted, she might have given a bad vibe off. I get that. But first of all, again, who is at fault in that situation? I would say it's the person who's letting complete strangers come and stay in her house, not just in her house. Okay. I always thought that her Airbnb rooms were like separate from the rest of the family. I didn't realize that, like, until recently, that these people were like sharing common spaces with her family, the living room, the kitchen, the bathroom, even the bathroom. They're sleeping down the same hallway in the bedrooms right next to them. I always thought it was like maybe the Airbnb was downstairs you know, and then her, you know, they lived upstairs. I didn't know it was like meshed together like that. So like, of course you're gonna take that chance of having fucking weirdos in your house. But Gina was like overreacting. Like, for instance, the lady asked for the vet's number just in case, because she's being left alone in the house with the dog. Okay. And she's like, oh shit, like if anything happens to this dog, what's the vet's number? That's a very smart thing to do, in my opinion, to ask that. You know, like this way she doesn't have to bother you. She knows where you're going. If anything happens to the dog, you know, I think the lady honestly was just covering her ass. She was taking pictures maybe to cover her ass. Like, something expensive gets stolen here. I don't want to be blamed for it. Like, you know, who knows what the reason was. But Gina was making them so much worse than what they actually were. So you could tell she's kind of fragile and like needs to be accepted really badly by Molly Golightly. And she's gonna get hurt very bad.
She's going to get hurt very bad. But somebody actually in my comment section, because I used the term, her chat was gaslighting her. No, they were like, I think you meant gassing her up. You could say both, but they were absolutely gaslighting her in that situation. And the reason I say that is because they were purposely misleading Molly, even they were seeing and hearing. They were gaslighting Molly and throwing gas on the already existing fire at the same time. So both would apply, but they were intentionally misleading her and making it more than it was. That should have, it was an odd conversation, but Molly should have been professional and an adult and shut it off. She made it again. She intentionally walked herself and the Airbnb guest into that situation.
Absolutely. 100%. You know, and
responsible for that, but her.
Right. I don't care how weird the lady was. Okay. There's no need for it to be discussed on YouTube. I mean, even her husband, which I was shocked. And I realized on that car ride thing that you played the other day, how much of a enabler he is. Okay. Because he's like, could you wait, my dear? Like in other words, like wait until we pull away from the house. Like my husband would have been like, Lana, the fuck are you doing? There's somebody staying in your house. Don't talk about this shit online. Like, what's wrong with you? You're going to fuck this up for us. This is a stream of income that we have, and you're going to fucking screw it up. Like, he is just like, wait. He tells her to wait. And I'm like, oh my God, dude. Like, you think that that's okay? You think it's okay that she's sitting here bashing this woman? You don't think that woman went on her phone or her device and was like, hey, what's Molly Golightly after she left the house that day? Come on. You don't think she was watching?
Did you watch that video with the?
I did not see it. I didn't see the.
I'll send it to you.
But Dunya sent it to me last night. So yeah, I did not see that whole exchange. I saw a little like clip that somebody sent me the other day, but I didn't even understand what was going on when I saw the clip because, I mean, they kind of explained it, but I didn't understand like what was the big deal with the Airbnb person until later. You know, when people started talking about it. So I would like to see it.
Oh, it's interesting because they were trying to excuse last night on Laura's panel. I sat and laughed my ass off listening to that. I have to say, Laura is painful to watch. Absolutely fucking painful. But I got some great laughs out of it because she is. I pity the fool if I ever decide to go break down some of her content because man, she struggles.
Oh, trust me, I will be reviewing that live, like at some point this week. I definitely will be because there was just so much stupidity in it. It's unbearable.
It was so hard. I'm so glad you're doing it. I'm so glad you're doing it because but it's misinformation again. They were making excuses for her showing. So during the video with the Airbnb guest, the conversation was weird. Molly got up and walked away, left her camera running, and the lady took a phone call as she's in the same area, gives out an address, discussion, you know, all of this private information. But then it proceeds to go on. Molly comes back and Molly turns the camera. The lady was in a nightgown, a long t-shirt.
I saw a screenshot of that.
Yeah. And they're all like, Molly didn't mean to show her. Why the fuck did Molly flip her camera then?
Yeah, how so? How did she not mean to show her?
They're like, well, she walked into the frame. Bullshit. Like, come on, you guys. Like, you guys are smarter than this. Molly flipped her camera, not to show you her kitchen. She flipped her camera knowing that the lady was going to walk into frame.
Yeah.
Why else would she have flipped her camera? There was no other need. Come on, people.
Yeah,
like,
there's no other reason. Let's be real. She wanted people to see that.
Yeah, exactly. And then they're like, you know, oh, it was that lady. How can you blame the Airbnb guest? She rented a room there. She's sharing spaces. That's the risk they take. Again, choices they've made to make extra income. Nobody else's fault. Where she fucked up was she brought a professional business relationship between her and her Airbnb guest for you content. And then exploited the poor lady for content.
Yep. That lady, first of all, even if the lady was warned that she was on a live stream, okay, she doesn't know the inner, everybody that's here that they think everybody else out in the world thinks like the way we think and understands the way that this shit works. That lady had no idea that being on a live stream, what type of people she's dealing with, what these people do, what they say, how out of control things could spin. She didn't fucking know. So they're like, oh, well, she knew she was on there, like almost like putting the blame on her. And I'm like, yeah, she might have known, but she doesn't really know. She doesn't know how this place operates and how fucking sick people are on the internet. Clearly, you know, and like she should not have been subjected to any of this shit. She shouldn't even be discussed. Like, I don't know anything about this lady. I feel really bad for her though. All she's doing is staying at somebody's house, you know, to probably try to save some money. And then Laura's sitting there. She was set up. Tell me who has enough money to set somebody up that they're going to stay somewhere for 6 weeks and set somebody up. Tell me.
Ask Molly when the reservation was made to begin with. I would love to know if they asked Molly when the reservation was made to begin with, or who made the reservation, because Molly probably knows that information anyways, but she'll let them run that narrative. The other thing that they didn't correct either was that the lady had made a statement about how it was perfect timing that she was there. She was sent there for a reason. She was meaning, she spoke that she was a hospice nurse. The woman's in her 60s. She was a hospice nurse. And, you know, Molly's mom just passed. She was saying that God placed her there because they were both going through things, is what she was getting at. Not that somebody sent her there, and they completely twisted that and turned it into what they're running with now, which is not actual.
And I heard this, and now I didn't see it, so I don't know if this is true, but I heard that the night prior, she was like hanging out with the woman and like having perfectly normal, rational conversations with her, or as rational as they could get with her. So like everything was fine the night prior, as from what I understand, and it turned weird the next day. I don't know. It's just very strange. She shouldn't have done that.
Somebody asked if there is confirmation that the Airbnb guest had to go to the hospital. No, thankfully there's not, because that's not information that YouTube should even have any clue of.
Yeah,
If it is true, I really hope that nobody from YouTube is trying to reach out and contact this woman, because again, ridiculous. And third, if it's true that she had a pulmonary embolism, why is Molly giving out medical information about an Airbnb client to YouTube for content? Again, answer those questions, please. Anybody?
Yeah, that
like, why that just puts so many things into question.
Yeah, that is just, I mean, the woman should never been any part of this at all. We shouldn't even know who she is. You know, it's just as bad. I thought it was bad enough when she showed I think it was when Mallory came there, or was it Bullhorn? No, it was Mallory. It was when Mallory came. She showed the guests that were staying at her house, like they were cooking in the kitchen, and she started talking about them, like, oh, they're cooking this fufa, whatever stuff, and fufu, whatever it's called. And I'm like, why are you telling people this?
Somebody,
you know, like,
this
you go there with an expectation of privacy. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go stay at a hotel or something, like you go there with an expectation of like some privacy. Obviously you're going to see other people, but like you don't expect a hotel staff to be showing you on a live stream and giving out your personal information. That's crazy.
Somebody said that there could be a disclosure agreement that they sign upon rental to do with that, because she's likes to claim she's a famous YouTuber. But I don't know if she does anything like that. I have no idea. I'm honestly shocked. Somebody was saying last night that there is absolutely, she's never shown her guests before. She's never used content before. Bullshit. She has them in the kitchen all the time. The two traveling nurses, they were always there. Like, and you could tell that they weren't even really quite sure when she was online screaming at they were so confused by it too. Laura's wrong when she says that she is never Well, Laura didn't understand that she actually had an Airbnb in her house. She thought it was
Yeah, she didn't understand at all, as per
so
usual.
maybe that's, but again, shows her lack of research or understanding what's the true situation. But no, she
Right.
had guests that most of their guests, from what I've seen over the last 9 months, are long-term guests. They
Mm-hmm.
are traveling nurses. There's exchange students or host like there's
Yep.
all sorts of
Oh
weird.
yeah, she showed the exchange students like last year, or it might have been like last year or the year before. There was 2 foreign exchange students. I don't think you were here yet. Nonsense. You might not have been here for this. And
I-
they were at the house, and she pulled one of them into the frame, and then something happened with the bathroom in that situation. I remember seeing it clipped, and it was like so crazy. She's like telling her son and his friend that she'll pay them to clean up the mess that the guys made in the bathroom, and it was insane. And it was again another situation where it's like, why are you telling YouTube about this? Like, oh my god.
It's so wild to me. I was just mind blowing. And then just the shit. I still sit back in awe sometimes at what people do on here.
Well, yeah. Sorry, Ms. Leah just said in past years she hasn't shown anyone. No, that's only like a recent thing that she's started to show people, because I don't even know when she started the Airbnb thing. It just came out like maybe I want to say a little over a year ago that she even had an Airbnb in the house. Like I didn't even know how it was running or anything like that. That's the first people I saw was the foreign exchange students. Well, she had also another exchange student that was there that was Asian that she used to refer to as Long Duck Dong. And she used to talk to him on camera, but he must have been staying there as an Airbnb guest. I just and I'm sure everybody else did. We just assumed that he was staying there as like an exchange student. But now that I'm thinking about it, he probably was an Airbnb guest as well. Maybe just staying for the semester or something. And then she referred to him as Long Duck Dong all the time.
That's when
It's
she ordered
bad.
the hazmat suit. Later, she couldn't remember why she had ordered it, but that was the reason, because of pubic hair.
Oh yeah, that's right. Something like that with
Oh
the
my
guy
God.
in the bathroom.
See,
Yeah,
this
she's like,
it's just wild.
yeah. I am shocked to death because I did, I'm fucking nosy. And she was saying that, oh, I never had a bad review on Airbnb. So of course now I had to go look. And I was shocked because she does have mainly good reviews there, but there was a couple of reviews, like somebody was saying that she didn't care that the wife was scared of the dog or something like that. And then, which is kind of weird because if you read the reviews, almost every review, mentions that there's a dog at the house that's like roaming around, so it's like, okay, that's not really her fault, so much. But I'm shocked that there's no reviews like this woman is screaming at people at 2 o'clock in the morning, like there's no reviews mentioned. I don't know how there was 2 other reviews where they mentioned like noise in the house, but it was like it seemed more like noise upstairs, like bedroom doors shutting and stuff like that.
Could be a wild, crazy lady sitting at the dining room table screaming at all hours of the night at the computer screen.
Which room was reviewed, Nana? I don't know. I don't know which room they were, necessarily talking about, but it's very strange.
It's so strange to me. I guess for me, that would be a huge safety risk. Like I could never allow
No.
strangers, especially in like the area with my minor child. Like it just to each
I
their
wouldn't
own.
even want that.
To each their
I
own. I just wouldn't put myself at that place.
I can't imagine like having strangers like cooking in my kitchen. Like I wake up for breakfast and there's like a stranger using my pots and pans. Like that's so weird to me, but right, like you said, to each their own. I
Yeah,
just wouldn't like that.
I would trip. Like, what are you touching my shit for? I would have a hard time with it. That would just, I could never do it. There's just no way I would have a twitch constantly about it.
Mm-mm.
The ones that are good reviews are probably when she's out of town on her meet and greets.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, it's probably when she's out of town. And then like there was one review where, they did say they're like, oh, the husband was nice, but I didn't meet M. I don't know why she doesn't like her name is just M on there. Like she doesn't have like a real name on there.
It's better than Kate.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
It's
it
just-
is weird.
Yeah, she does have the Princess and Big Juicy channel that maybe, well, Princess doesn't. Her and Princess, the last we heard, from my understanding, were still on the outs.
Oh yeah, that's right. She's still her channel with the life coaching for kids, which is a fucking joke, but that channel's still up. But as soon as she goes on there and starts streaming, she's gonna get reported and it's gonna get taken right down. She's
Yeah.
never gonna be able to come back here. Not with the amount of people that dislike her. I've seen other people try to come back. They come back and then they get, they're gone within days of coming back and returning. She'll never get monetized again because the monetization, well, in her case, she could have used like a business, like a tax ID. So she could potentially use her social security number. You know what do find really weird about her is that both channels got terminated. So I don't know if she had them both connected on the same AdSense account, because when they terminate one channel, if you have other channels like on the same account, those channels will get terminated. But like, as you can see, obviously the life coaching for kids is on a different account. It's on like a totally separate email, because anything that you signed up with that one email is going to get terminated. So if you have like 3 channels with the same email, same sign in, then those are going to get terminated alongside. So
Oh,
she was, my
okay.
whole point being is that she's stupid, because when you make a backup channel, right? Like it should be under a separately if you make a backup channel for drama purposes, right? And that's where you're going to put all your shit, where you're being an asshole, right? You should do that under a totally separate account. Why would you put that on your regular account? That's so stupid. That defeats the whole purpose of it.
That's weird to me. I set up my backup under a different email. I thought that was
Yeah, you
what.
don't want them connected,
Yeah,
because right, because now look, she was monetized on both those channels, which I was wondering how she got monetized on 2 different channels, but she was probably on the same AdSense account, because you could monetize, multiple channels on the same AdSense account.
that's
So,
probably, well, they all seem to do that. They've all monetized multiple channels, like 2 backup channels, a lot of them, and they have memberships on those channels too. That's the
mhm.
crazy part. Like with burning both channels, she lost memberships like a lot. Like,
She lost a lot of money by doing that. I mean, I just can't. For somebody who's so money hungry, you know, you would think like she was very careful years ago. She would, like I said, she doxed, but she would always do it in a very subtle way where if you reported her to YouTube, they wouldn't even pick it up as doxing. Like she would do it in a way where she would hint, but then also dox. And it wasn't like a flat out, like, here's your name, here's your address kind of way, So she's been doing that lately. And it's kind of been shocking to me because I'm like, wow, she really doesn't give a fuck about her channel anymore. Like, or maybe she just was so narcissistic and thought she was so powerful that people wouldn't report her. I don't know.
Skep, they actually, that was something that I got told right away. Like, you need a backup channel because they're going to strike the shit out of you. So I made one. And then I was like, why do I have this channel? What am I? Because I don't ever use it. I don't want to use it. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm going to stay right here. If something happens, it happens. Like, I'm not going to go to the backup channel if there's something happens that's against terms of service. Like, I was sitting there going, I'm really confused, but I did it. I made one too.
Yeah, it's just basically like, I mean, I made mine when I got struck, right? I got a copyright strike and I was taken out for like 90 days or some shit, whatever it was, or 2 weeks or something. So I made a backup channel so I could go live on there. But like she made her backup channel so that she could do drama over there. And then she was trying, if you look at her regular channel, she tries to keep that like the squeaky clean one. And the other one was her backup channel. Whoever told her to put it on the same account was an idiot, because now she got both of them taken down. So stupid.
Has Spanky written her words of encouragement? Not yet. Not that I've seen yet. Maybe recently he has. I don't know. I don't know if he's gone live or not. I have a hard time watching him too. He drives me absolutely bonkers, as you guys know. If you've seen any of the streams, I tell him to shut the F up 9,000 times. I can't stand that dude whatsoever. But he's a bad actor. And unfortunately, we just got to dig in and I'll try to make it as interesting as possible, but he has done so much damage to victims and their families, starting with Jose Roman, Summer Wells. He has done some really horrible things too that to be discussed. And that's why, like, to me, again, it feels so differently because there's been no accountability. What happened with Marvon, not a single cent of all of that money went to Marvon. There's no court filings. They continue to scream and yell the same misinformation on all these other channels. Even though Molly's gone, it will still be spread the misinformation. They have gaslit everybody and said they've had all these receipts and they're going to show this. Honk, honk. I'm specifically talking about you.
Never did.
Never did. ICU, every time they continue, like anybody calls them out on their bad behavior, they dox them, they call CPS. Somebody's calling CPS. I can't say who it is, but these are the things that are happening. And none of that stopped just because Molly unfortunately lost her channel. Like,
no, she's still pulling the puppet strings in the background.
Absolutely.
Of course she is. 100%.
And it sucks. It really sucks. And I wish it was as easy as that. Like for me, this is a long haul. Like this is a long process. Like I keep myself from getting excited. I think about things like this because nothing for me changed, even though it, like there's we were making traction in terms of service, actually caught up. I just wish it was consistent. It makes me sit and it frustrates me because I'm like, should have never been allowed to get to this point. What your family, what they've done to Hello Star, like just that to other creators should have been enough for her to, on top of let's go to the victims, like the
you have to look at the difference in behavior though at that point in time, right? Because when hold on, just before I go there, Starry Night said March 15th, she said she made 170,000 and spent 132,000 on shopping. That is insane. That is insane. I mean, wow.
What?
She better start selling that shit. The behavior back then, all right? So say, for instance, when me and Starlight had the cops show up at our houses, right? She vehemently denied playing any role in that. And you know what's so funny? So one of my friends just tagged me yesterday of a clip of her reenacting when the cops showed up at my house. Like she was so shitty. Like she did a whole reenactment of it, like complete with my headphones and everything. Like she was all about that. Like I'll have to see if there's a way I could send it to you. But anyway, she totally denied having any role in that. Even when her best friend got busted out being the person who did it, she still denied it. So like there was no repercussions for us. There was no way for us to get her taken down at that point in time because she was in complete denial. All this shit was done either behind the scenes. Like she had Science Girl call me up one time when they were friends and like try to almost like threaten me, like bully me into like stopping talking about her. Like, you know, and then that was like a week before the police showed up at my house. Like that was like her last ditch effort to try to get me to shut up. And then when that didn't work, that's when the cops showed up at my house, you know? You know, and I'm not saying Alicia has any part in that. I'm just saying that that's the cycle. That's how things went, you know? But like nowadays, because of the way she's doing things, that's why terms of service finally caught up with her. She had gotten away with it so long doing things the way she was doing them, which was always subtle or behind the scenes or shady, you know what I'm saying? And it was never done outright on her channel like that. That's why terms of service finally caught up with her, because she was finally breaking it in a way where it was so obvious, you know, that she couldn't deny it, couldn't hide it anymore. So because she used to completely deny doxing people and getting information. I have tons of clips of her, you know, saying things like, oh, I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to look up people's information. I don't care about these people, you know? So she just came to terms with being a shitty person recently, I guess.
Sorry, I had to walk into a different.
Oh, that's all right. But yeah, that's
put it down my stairs to smoke. I agree with you 100%, but I also think that some of the change in her behavior is because her threats and intimidation tactics didn't work. So she has intensified them over the years to fit what she thinks would work on people. Like for me, when they doxed me, she did it all out front. Like it was already done, but then she just took it and ran with it. She didn't care. She didn't do shits. She did it all out front. She did multiple streams.
Oh yeah.
Proud of it.
Yeah.
But she thought it was going to have some sort of effect on me. Like she really pushed it to that point, expecting I would have a reaction. Like she would get the reaction she wants because she does. But she no longer has that hold on people because she's been doing it for so long.
Yeah, right.
it's just wild. But she has definitely gotten more vile, but she's changed her techniques too, because they didn't work on a lot of you. So
No,
you had to
no,
change it up.
no. She tried to, I mean, listen, if there was something she could do to try to shut me up, she tried it. When it came to me, I got doxxed. She tried taking my channel down, sending police to my house. Like, I think she might have been involved in other authorities coming to my house at a certain point in time. Like, there's a lot. There's a lot. She was trying to shut me up for the longest time and she just couldn't. And then when that didn't work, it turned into lies. And then she was trying to act like my family was contacting her. Like, she even got other people. She would pay other people to go after me. She
Yeah.
paid several people to go after me, and it never worked. None of it ever worked.
That's why I
mean-
think, oh, sorry, my
Sorry.
smoke. You guys are going to hear dripping right quick, but I had to come out and smoke. That is one thing she did with me too. I think that's why I have connected with you, and it's easy to understand where you come from, and like the dialogue has been so much different with you because you were one of the only ones that really truly has lived through exactly kind of almost, they're using the same playbook that they did on you, on me.
Absolutely.
It's almost identical. They've paid people for information. They've paid people to attack me. They've paid people to do videos on me. They have lined up channels to come at me from every different angle. They've even had they've created drama within our own communities to have people try to degrade me and discredit me. There has been so much.
Same thing. That's why I always told you I recognize everything that she's doing to you because I've been through it. I know exactly what you're going through.
Yeah, and you really have. Like when you told, because I had no idea. You didn't come running to me and tattle or tell me anything. I didn't talk to you at all. And even then you didn't tell me anything. Even now I still don't know half of it except what you've told everybody out loud. Because here's the thing. Your story doesn't change, so it's always been the same, whether it's behind the scenes or out front. It's never changed, and that fucks them up.
It's all on YouTube. I mean, all you have to do if you had time is go back on my channel and all the evidence is there. Like, so like I can't change my story. That's why I don't understand her, Betty Bullhorn, even Laura. Laura the other night, I'm like, Laura, are you fucking kidding me? She's like, oh, I just said horrible things. I never did anything horrible. And I'm like, it's so funny. While this is playing in the chat, Heels in the Air tags me and she's like, hey, Make a Mobster, did I ever tell you that Laura was trying to get me to go after you and report you? And I'm like, no, you didn't. So I'm like, really, Laura, you don't do shady shit behind the scenes? Because I don't report Laura's channel. I don't encourage people to report Laura's channel. Laura has just as much as the right to be here as anybody else does. As long as she's following the rules that she signed up to at terms of service, which she isn't because she's also on ban evasion, by the way. But, she had a few channels that were banned for different reasons. But, that's neither here nor there. It's,
the craziest thing to me is the ones screaming the loudest have the most to hide always. Like I lucked out in this situation. People have been worried about me and my family throughout this whole thing, as they have been with you, the same type of reaction, because their attacks have been so intense and people are like, do you think she's suing you? I don't know. Could be. If she does, so be it. Like, whatever. I have said from day one, go for it. If you feel that that's what you need, that would be the worst day for her ever to get in front of a judge, because it's not going to pan out the way they want. But here's the reason why she believes that to be true is because 99% of the people that have called her out have past history with either her or somebody she's close to.
Yep.
You did not. That was a problem for her. You always have been consistent on calling her out.
Always.
I have always came at it from one angle. It was never a personal thing with any of them. They all are pieces of shit to me.
Right.
So that was the same thing there too. And that would be terrible for her to ever try to take you to court to take, like, because they're not going to prove, because again, we don't maneuver like they do. We're not hiring people to do dirty shit. We're not pulling. We're not doing that. I just said out front, the only strike or anything, it's not even a strike, a privacy complaint, because my full legal name was in the title. She's got 90,000 people. She told her audience that I was a paid pedo protector.
Yeah, I don't even understand that. That's just crazy right there.
You saying I'm a paid pedo protector. If you knew anything or had watched my words, your buddy Shane Coyle that you brag about being buddies with Aaron Carter, Shane Coyle is the reason why I figured out that there were so many pieces of shit on social media, because at one point in time, I used to think he was a decent guy. I learned fast what a piece of shit he was. And that's how I ended up here to begin with. You singing his praises is just ironic to me. Like the full circle effect of this and the crossover of all the shit, because she's moved so many times with that wash, rinse, repeat. She's gotten so many, it's insanity.
It is. It's totally. Hold on. I just wanted to address Susan M says, hold on. I lost her comment now. Something about, she said this should give you hope that it's possible you can see your brother and family again. I don't want to see them again. I really don't. I'm so much happier not talking to my family. Like, I didn't think I would be, but I am. They're all crazy. I have no intentions of ever talking to them again. Yeah, she just fucked up big time. Big income that's going to be lost now, and Walter's going to have to make up for that now, so he better get another job, because who's gonna fund all her vacations now? She could try going on another platform, but it ain't gonna help her. She's not gonna make nearly the amount of money. She's not gonna have the same amount of followers. It's gonna take a very long time to build up anything, and if she continues acting the way she does, no platform is gonna tolerate her behavior.
Well, good thing she brags about how much her husband, she doesn't need anything, and he's this the most dangerous man in the world.
The most dangerous. She she likes to say that she's self-sufficient. This is her only stream of income, really. And it's gone. It's gone. She's not getting it back. Laura sounded like a fucking idiot yesterday saying that she's getting her channel back. It is so rare that people get terminated off of YouTube and then actually get their channels back. Like, has it happened? Yes, because there's been times where people have just been terminated for no reason. I don't know if people remember, but a couple of months ago, people's channels were just getting taken out left and right for like no reason whatsoever. Their channels, they were just coming on YouTube. Some of them didn't even have content, and their channels got terminated. So,
content.
Yeah, those people, they'll get their channels back. But like, if you violate terms of service, you're not getting your channel back. That's never happening. So,
and another thing, maybe I shouldn't say this. I'm going to say it. Okay, I speak for myself and only myself when I say this. Makeup Monster is just here. So take her out of the equation if you're going to blame anybody for the next statement. There is people running around right now that are saying her husband is some secret op for the government.
Bullshit.
That is not true. And these are
even if he is, he can't abuse that power. So you know what I'm saying? Like, that's so stupid.
Let's just say that he is for a moment. Let's just to lead to this craziness for a moment. And this is coming in the comment section of a creator I would never support. Completely different. Yeah, no way in hell. Nope.
Right.
He can claim that they're bad actors. You're just the same. Anyways, if he was an FBI op or a CIA op or whatever, do you understand what position he is in currently? Do you understand?
Yeah, do you know how much clearance you need? You're not going to jeopardize that for YouTube bullshit.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And I have said this numerous times. Like, I have family members that are attorneys and so on and so forth. They already know this because they've ran my background check and they've actually contacted my family and so on and so forth. I have he's retired now. One of my first cousins, not somebody I'm close to, nor would I ever involve in YouTube.
Right.
Or he would never ever do something like that. So let's just say again that there's no way somebody with that type of job is not going to risk it for this.
No, not for some drama bullshit. He's never gonna risk his. You know how much security clearance you need to go to work for the FBI? Like, give me a break. Or the CIA or anything. There's no way I believe that, just because of the way his wife behaves online too. They would never tolerate that shit, ever.
Never. I would be embarrassed. Like, I would never call my cousin first and foremost. I would be mortified.
Yeah.
To call him and try to explain the situation, because he'd think I'd lost my fucking mind to begin with.
Yeah.
He'd be like, do you need a grippy sock vacation? But they would never, like, genuine people that aren't doing shady shit. Now, if he's doing shady shit, that's a whole different story. Right. But this would be the worst situation ever of them threatening to sue other people and taking people to court. Again, not going to work out in their favor. Let's
Yeah.
stop with that bullshit, people. Stop. Let's live in reality here. Molly's suffering consequences for Molly's actions.
Right.
That's all. Wally
Yep.
isn't this top secret spy. We don't even know. Like, he goes to ping pong shows for criminy sakes. Like, come on now, people. Think about that. And by the way, I don't want one of those ping pongs hitting me in the face ever, but just saying.
Yeah, he's not anything. Look, if he was, he wouldn't. First of all, he wouldn't have his hands in all these different things. Real estate, broker. What do you call it? All these different ventures that he has, where he pulls money from all sorts of different little places. Who would have time to do that if they were in the FBI? Give me a break. He ain't shit. He's just a regular dude.
Thank you, Kick Rock. Sorry. He's just
I said he.
yes.
A few years ago, like it was around the time where she actually it was exactly at the time where she started accusing me of writing that thing on that woman's obituary, right? And I said, she's like, my husband, she always uses him, and I just fucking laugh at it. My husband, he got the proof. So I said, oh really? Like as a fucking joke, I was like, tell Walter to call me. Tell him to call me, because I was like, he's a fucking nobody. He's a used car salesman. Like, just saying, like, he's just a regular guy. But she thought, like, I literally thought that he was a used car salesman. Like, no, I didn't actually think that. I was just saying, like, he's just like a regular guy. Like, not the investigating and all the bullshit that she tries to use. No, that's not who he is. So I said, he never had the proof either. I'm like, where's the proof that I wrote this? She never showed it, of course, because she never does. But that's what I'm saying. He's a regular dude. He's just a regular guy. He don't.
The whole thing, though, from their whole relationship, their whole life that she has sold over 5 years on YouTube isn't what it seems. This is a
sham
for her. This is a whole this is what she wishes her world really looked like. She wishes she was a celebrity. She wishes she had money. Like, she is selling you the story of her life that she wants, that she dreams of, that she sees other people have, and she's envious of having. And at the end of it, it's a lot of dysfunction and sadness, really, to be honest. Like, it is. I don't envy a single thing about their life, because my life's dysfunctional enough. But I'm okay with it. It's my dysfunction. It's my family. She is so uncomfortable in her own world. It makes me sad for her. Like, she is miserable, and it is what it is.
She made up this whole fake life. Like, you know how many times her stories changed? Like, even with her, I was a makeup artist. She very well might have been a makeup artist, but I think she just worked at like the Mac counter. Like, according to, she kind of busted herself out with that one a while back when she was hiring this guy to be like a assistant, and then he's just a regular makeup artist, like at a counter somewhere, like at the Mac store. Like, I don't think she did like celebrity makeup artist like shit. Like, she tries to lead everybody to believe. She blows everything up. So even if it is true, it's just blown out of proportion. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever his accomplishments, her accomplishments are all just blown. I don't even think she has a high school diploma. I really don't. I don't even think she graduated high school or has a freaking GED, for that matter.
Yeah, that's okay. Like, they said the same things about me. I didn't have an education. I showed all of my shit because I don't have anything to hide. That's
right.
But she does those things and will never show it. She just barks loud. She yells over everybody. She talks over everybody. She's the loudest in the room because it's the way that she attempts to intimidate people. So they follow up with follow-up questions. They don't, or they don't expect anything more because they just try to shut that conversation down. That's what most happen. One thing I need to say, Queen Bee, if you are in here or one of her mods is in here, can you please tell her that she's probably got messages coming to her because MGL is posting her pictures in her Patreon currently.
Why?
It says, check it out. I don't know. And then she's got a bunch of pictures of Queen Bee. And then
who cares what she looks like? Really?
Like, her face changes nothing. And then she wrote, $25 tier, your true will expire today. If you did not edit your pledge by now, I say thank you and farewell. You will be removed in 2 hours. Again, thank you.
Wow.
So she's cleaning house. And by the way, Molly, hello. She's live right now.
Where did you read all the rest of her posts that were regards to all this, her
Do
channel being struck. Did you read all her posts about like in regards to her channel being taken down?
Yes, I did.
Mm,
You want me
okay.
to read it again?
No. I was just asking.
Oh, I'll
I
send
forgot.
I don't know if I sent them to you or not. She made a 3-page post about this, that it was due to mass striking. No, again, this is due to terms of service, but
Oh, Queen Bee is live. That's what they're
Queen
saying.
Bee's
Not
live.
her.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Queen
You
Bee is
cannot dox photos in Patreon. So yeah, she's gonna lose that soon too.
yeah, she should. I was doxxed and threatened in there multiple times. You've been doxxed in there we have a list of people. I have so much of it.
Yeah. She doxed me recently in a comment section under her video. Forget what happened. Something had happened and she spelled my name wrong, but something happened to her, and for some reason she was blaming me, and I don't even remember what it was. But something happened and she was like blaming me, but then she took the video down. It was like right at the time when she was bashing Mallory.
Oh, that's when I think it started that you were my boss.
Yeah, right around that time. Yeah, and she doxed somebody like just happened to catch it and they screenshot it and sent it to me, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this woman? But then she took the video down anyway, so the comment went with it. But I'm like, why are you doxing me like and blaming me for whatever the fuck it was? I don't even remember, because I've been blamed for so many things. Like I drove by her house, I wrote on an obituary. She blamed me for everything in her life that goes wrong because I'm the only person that doesn't like her, clearly.
Yeah, you're the only one. Makeup mobster runs the whole United States and afar. Everybody's
doing all these videos, even though I'm not even like your chat half the time, right? You're working for me. It's like, come on. So ridiculous. Like I've never had a problem getting up on my channel and speaking about her ever. I've never had a channel. It's like a problem doing that. It's like, why would I need other people to do things for me? Like I don't even get it. Because like you said before, that's what they do. So she thinks everybody's like that because she needs other people to go after me, and you and everybody else. That's why she thinks people do that. Anyway, all right, my headphones are dying and my hands are freezing because I'm standing outside. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna jump off here. Thank you so much for chatting with me today. We have to do this again sometime.
I love when you come on panel. Thank you for all of the support and
anytime, girl. Thanks for doing all my dirty work.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm filing OSHA.
Oh my God, so funny.
Environments.
Right? All right. All right, I'll talk to you. I'll be in chat. I just gotta go inside and warm up a little bit here. So
thank you.
I'll talk to you later, girlfriend. Bye everybody.
I adore mobs so much. I know. It's okay. They can clip all that stuff. Yes, Skep, I would love that. We should definitely do that one of these days. I would absolutely adore that. I would love that. You put everything into the best words and understanding, and because I'm glad. Thank you guys for hearing me out today. I'm not going to stay on here any longer either. I got to go get kids. I got to go get groceries. I got to, for those of you guys that missed it earlier, I got to get coffee creamer. I told Kenzie not to let me forget coffee creamer, cat food, and the stuff for chicken pasta tonight. I probably won't be live again until tomorrow. I should have time. I've got some other stuff going on this weekend. We're going to motocross, so we're going to do some other stuff. But y'all, nothing changes over here. I'm just not going to play the Molly portion of clips for a while, but we have plenty. This has been going on and on and on. And again, Skep said it well. We've got to try to direct the energy into what can we do helpful, because at some point in time, it does become frustrating and you do have to protect your energy because you give it all and nothing changes. But we also, just got to keep it moving. I owe you guys a few songs though. I thank you, Science Girl. Thank you, B-Fergs. Thank you everybody for being here. I really enjoyed that. Thank you guys again for allowing me the space to say that I have a difference of opinion and understanding where I'm coming from. Again, I might not be right on the money with as far as I think she burnt it to the ground intentionally, but I really do feel that. I feel that she's up to no good. Well, she has been up to no good for years. So I don't really see any changes, but Spanky, LG, LB, not LG. I always say LG first because she's my favorite. And then when I'm meaning to say LB, damn it. there's too many L's, but there's only one L that there's a couple L's that I like. There's only one L that I dislike as much as her, and that's that one. And they both are painful to watch. So we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about some other things that matter. There's a whole lot of discussion about all sorts of stuff that needs to happen. Amethyst also wants to do a wedding review of the Sheen collection. So we're going to have to do that someday too. Hey, now, I know, poor LG. I always say her name first though, because it's what I'm used to saying in my chat. So I always say it first, and then I'm like, damn it, not that one. I love her. No, you're not painful to watch at all. Not at all. It just sucks because it's always where I go instead of LB. But anyways, I don't know. We're back to square one in a lot of ways with the same old bullshit, just a different day, attention seeking. But Laura, I know you don't watch any of this. I know you can't stand any of this. Honey Boo Boo Child, did you make that $5 tier just so people could watch your drama? You want to talk about everybody making money? You're over there throwing names in your algorithm, making candles. Like, come on, don't do this. You look just stupid right now and desperate. Like, it's not cute. We all see what it is. You guys are sub grabbing. That's why you're singing Molly's praises. Molly broke terms of service on Molly's behalf. She showed the idea of one of her Airbnb guests on top of many other things over years. Molly's responsible for Molly's behavior. This is a terms of service violation. That's it. That's all. With that said, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Stay safe out there. Protect your peace. And remember, you can be kind. It is free. And you can still talk about the facts. Just because you're talking about the facts and it makes people uncomfortable does not mean you're not a nice person or kind. Okay? Because they all say I'm an asshole, and genuinely I'm pretty nice. But they don't like the facts. So that is it. Have a great day, y'all. See you later. Oh, I owe you a song. I'll play you guys a song on the way out. I'll play the long one for you, okay? Because I owe you guys all a song. Thank you guys for all the super chats, super stickers, for becoming members of the Cabana today. Once again, I appreciate y'all. Here you go.
Sorry, hoes hate me because I'm the it girl. She got a body like a nail, but I ain't never asked to be the shit girl. But I can give it to you all the time. Don't call me sis because I'm not your sister. Want a slim fine woman with some pork. You really need to come and get your mister. See, she got a booty like a Cadillac. You know my ops linked up in a picture. Everybody look busted, injured. But I can send you into overdrive. Woman with some pork with all. My page bitch probably want a scissor. Do it, baby, stick it, baby, move it, baby, lick it, baby, suck up on. Owl in the mouth like I kissed her. I make moves in silence. Hoes might never like me and I'm fine with it. Do say, this bitch energy. That ass poked out, the frame on her. Our little hoes still drinking that Hennessy. See anybody could be bad to you. Itty bitty pretty on the realest in the city. Only fucking with the plug. You need a good, gotta blow your mind. Yeah. Bad bitches running my pack, gang shit. Cartier friends spot a bitch on some lame shit. Bang into the room. I know you want it. Bang. Want a slim fine woman with some pork with all. Bang all over you. I'll let you have it. Want a slim fine woman with some pork with all. I want a slim fine woman with some pork with all. Let me take you down. Pork, 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 pork with all. Pork, 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 pork with all. And I'm sick of y'all trying it. Bitch got receipts, but ain't never finna buy shit.
Bye, y'all. Have a good day.